I don't see how we can make bigger enemies.
To be offended or frightened of everything.
So you've become like the sort of Tony Scarface of podcasting.
We are live, man. Okay, he's just gonna ignore me.
I was chewing.
I'm doing.
Yum, yum, yum. One second. Good morning. Good morning, everyone. It's the morning show. It's Wednesday. We're back after a small hiatus. That's how they say it in Italian. Hiatus. Poseidon on the console there producing the morning show. You can check him out on all kinds of different platforms. He's on a lot of lists too, like offender lists. But at the Poseidon69 is where you can find him doing things that are acceptable. Well, ambiguous, but acceptable socially. George,
What?
the whore from the shore, Chandrizos.
I like that. The whore from the shore.
The shore whore. George Chandrizos is the maker and producer and founder of such great podcasts, such as the now defunct Backstage podcast, where he interviews people who apparently don't want to be interviewed, so he stopped doing it because he lost interest. Instead, he's spending more time with the dads on Just Us Dads. Chupapi. Just Us Dads is a podcast like no other, quite honestly, because it's the only one that has George and George's friends who are also dads, and they talk about raising children in the 21st century. Having spent an entire weekend with these buffoons, I can tell you this: they are indeed fathers, so far as their wives have told them. That is all I can confirm. But it's an interesting podcast. Check it out, Just As Dads. All the links are in the description for that. Head over to patreon.com/ or as I like to say because I'm old, /Pantelis, so you can support the movement. Is that right?
Yeah.
It is a movement. Join the movement. Support the nonsense that we do here until they make it so that we can't do it anymore and they throw us in the gulags. Because it's coming. It's coming. My name is Phil Balabanos. I don't have a hat, but pretend it says Balabanos on my fucking bald forehead. I can make you with J-Os. If you like it, go to balabanos.com and check out what I'm up to. Phil, my hole is back. I hope your holes were filled. I tried to fill the whole of the morning show last week, but it's not the same vibe. I do appreciate whoever came to hang out in the chat, though. And that is all for the plugs. No more hole plugs. Let's just get to the news, George.
Yay.
I'm hyper today. I had a really weird morning.
What happened with your morning?
I ended up working as a barista for 30 minutes.
Where?
What?
So I stopped to get coffee on the way here, and I mean, the owner of the cafe is an old client of mine from another business he had, so he knows me. And he's looking at me. I'm like, what's wrong? He goes, I have to fucking leave, and the girl's not here yet. I'm like, what? Fuck, you have to go? He goes, yeah, I have an appointment. And he had his dad with him. So I'm like, fuck. He looks at me, and I was like, oh no, I've said too much. He goes, you have anywhere to be? I'm like, I have a live at 10. It was like 8:30. He goes, can you stay until she gets here? He goes, no one's going to come in for the next half hour. I'm like, okay. The second he leaves, just fucking super busy.
Nah.
I made like $15 in tips this morning.
Are you serious? Yeah. That's amazing.
Everyone's like, what can you make? I'm like, anything you want. Cappuccino. Beautiful. You get a latte. What do you need? I need a cappuccino. Boom. You get a latte too. What do you want? Latte. It's kind of a latte. Take it. All I can make is lattes, apparently. But it was fun. I haven't done that in years because I used to work as a barista. Like,
Oh, really?
yeah, I used to work a lot.
You strike me as somebody who would have worked as a barista.
But not like a Starbucks barista.
Yeah, there you go. Like one of those like...
Sketchy Greek place baristas.
No, not even. Like, you know those like library coffee shops where like there's a hint of cigar.
Oh, okay.
In
It's
the
getting,
library?
it's getting more interesting.
Yeah, there's a
I mean,
hint
like
of
a neighborhood
cigar.
cafe.
Yeah, kind of
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not hipstery.
No, that's where I used to work.
No.
I used to work at Lounge 33.
Really?
The one that used to be that sketchy place on the corner of Park.
Oh.
Yeah, that's where I'm at now.
No, but not hipster, but kind of like that old vibe,
Old World Coffee.
like Victorian cafe.
What are you, bro?
Is he
you just-
serious? Did he just say Victorian Cafe?
Like with the brown wood, with the oak and shit. You know what I'm talking about? And then people are smoking cigars.
it seems like a nice place to hang
reading
out.
a
I've never
book,
been there, but it
and,
sounds...
reading
a
a book,
eh?
and having coffee.
So like a Marxist cafe.
No, kind of like a rich upscale cafe.
I mean, if it was a Marxist cafe, like I wouldn't make the coffee. I would just assume that the government would make the coffee for everyone.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. But yeah, so I got to play barista
There's
this
a
morning.
government employee there making the coffee.
Yeah, but the government, everyone's coffee is equally shit. So yeah, that's what I did this morning, and then she was fucking late.
Oh,
So I'm
man.
texting the guy. I'm like, "Where is she?" He goes, "She says she's on her way." I'm like, "Fuck, I gotta get to the morning show." But I made it just in time. Well,
There you
I had some time to spare, and I made 15
Oh,
bucks.
by the way, also before we get started on the news, I
Yeah.
put King Nasty in the gulag before we even got started, so I'm gonna roll today.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, he did do that. I don't know why he did it. Jorge, happy 40th in advance, you old man, abuelo. So let's just get straight to it. I want to hear the news because George, there's a lot of news. And are you gonna bring me the stuff from out west or the stuff from Wisconsin?
Oh yeah, you want to go there?
All right, let's do it.
Bro, all
Let's do
kinds
it.
of shit's been happening.
All right, I've been busy.
Yeah, I mean, first off, I mean,
First
it's
off,
been-
wait. Are you okay,
Yeah.
George?
I'm okay. Yeah,
Because
super
normally
good.
in the pre-roll, before we go live, we chat a bit. You talk to me. This time you're just fucking staring at your phone, being
yeah, no,
weird.
dude, guys, it's been 2 fucking weeks like hell, and we missed the last week there. I wasn't.
There's a lot of we talk. I was here.
Yeah, I guess we include.
Take care of it
by,
right now.
by we, I mean me. Sorry about that. So yeah, I haven't had time to even look up. I spent like the whole day yesterday just following up on whatever had happened, just so we can have some content for today. Yeah, are you talking about that driver there for the
Yeah,
Christmas?
Daryl Brooks Jr.
How crazy is this guy? And from what I read, like apparently a couple days before he
hit a woman with a car.
hit a woman with a car, was arrested and released, and then went off on a rampage and ran over.
Some of the deaths
the-
are, I think, were children.
No, from what I read, they were all senior citizens. They were part of this kind of dancing group, seniors dancing group that they were marching all together. But there were children that were injured. Yeah, there were about 50 people that got hit. I think there was like 5 deaths or 6 deaths, something like
Jesus. I know some kids were injured. I could have sworn that the 6th death was a child. I thought I read that.
that.
Maybe I was wrong.
Yeah. Let me, here you go. I have it here.
It's just a fucking crazy story.
It's crazy, and I mean, it takes one fucking demented person to just ruin everything.
That's exactly it, though. Like, but here we don't have a history of mental illness, as far as I saw. We have a history of being a fucking dick and a sexual predator. He was a registered sex offender.
Oh, was he?
I
Yeah,
mean,
I haven't. I didn't read that. I just read the what happened in the facts and the people that were injured. I mean, it's crazy, and it comes out of nowhere. Like fucking, what's the city called? There's some weird name.
Wishnaush, something native. I don't know. Hello, Wisconsin. Somewhere in Wisconsin.
Yeah, it's in
Wachaunsey.
Waukesha, Wisconsin.
I knew a Waukesha. She was from the Bronx.
So yeah,
Waukesha.
sad news there.
It's very
Everyone
sad.
is getting all hyped up for Christmas and the holidays. I don't know if it's me, but people have been putting up their decorations much sooner than they usually do. I don't
This
know.
started during the first wave of the pandemic. People are just looking for something to not be depressed about.
Yeah.
For some reason, Christmas is that for a lot of people.
Someone on my street had decorations up on Halloween Day.
I mean, that guy should be drawn and quartered. He's an asshole. Like, fuck off. Abide by the seasonal changes. We live in a society.
Like I think you have more than enough time, like on the first week of December, to put up your decorations. No, I mean you
I
have
put mine
3 weeks.
up just a couple days ago. I put my Christmas tree up and stuff.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was gonna
Well,
send them to you, but
we
I
have
didn't.
kids. Why? You were gonna send fucking mean shit to me, huh?
Yeah, I'm like, what
Yeah.
the fuck? It's still November. Don't fucking depress everyone.
We always put up, like, traditionally, like my family, we used to put our Christmas decorations up the weekend after my name day, which is in November.
okay.
Like, it was just like November 14th is my name day. The weekend after, we would put up the decorations. So I mean, I kept doing it because it makes sense. The kids get to enjoy it. It's a fake tree. It's not gonna die.
Nice.
But fucking Christmas trees, by the way, fake Christmas trees have gone
They're
up like
super
40%.
expensive,
What
man.
the
Oh my
fuck?
God.
I saw one tree was like $1,800. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Like,
Yeah.
does it have a hole for my dick? $1,800, it better fucking blow me every night. $1,800. Get the fuck out of here.
I got mine a couple years ago.
What?
I got mine a couple years ago. My wife wanted, the biggest tree ever because we have a huge cathedral ceiling here, and she's like, "Let's get like the tallest tree." I'm like, "What do you mean by the tallest tree?" I go, "We got to put up the fucking decoration."
California redwoods.
So she's like, "Let's get a 12-foot
Jesus
tree."
Christ.
I'm like, "Okay, let's go get a 12-foot tree." We couldn't find any because obviously we were late. To buy our stuff. So I think it was a Canadian Tire or a Renault Depot. I can't remember, and it was the floor model they had. So they were just selling that. So we took it. It lasted 2 years, and then the main rod kind of, I don't know, broke, whatever. I put it up 1 year, and the whole thing just fell.
The tree. I have a 7.5-foot tree. We had that when I lived at the condo. We had bought it a couple years ago on Boxing Day for like $89.
Yeah,
it's like a $500 tree.
Yeah.
Like the greatest deal ever. We're like, yes, but it broke last year because all the lights died, and because the lights are pre-strung, I tried to unstring it like with fucking wire cutters so I could save the tree. But I destroyed the tree, like destroyed it. It looked like it had some kind of disease by the end because it's so tight.
How they fix these things, man.
I was thinking that. I'm like, what little Chinese fingers are putting these in here? Like, it's really hard to do.
Yeah.
So now we bought the exact same tree because we really liked it, but it's been like the newer model has like a different wiring system, so you can change the lights, which is good. But it was $250 on special.
Yeah, it's crazy.
What?
Look,
what the fuck?
The good thing is that you're going to be reusing it every year. So, I mean, if you told me you spent $250 to get like a real Christmas tree and you're spending that kind of money every year, I tell you you're an idiot. So, I mean, invest the money, get a fake one. That's fine. At least you're going to have it for a couple of years.
The last one lasted 5 years.
Yeah, that's okay.
I mean, for $89, it's a good investment.
Yeah.
I'm just going to buy an NFT Christmas tree and put it in a frame and put it up every year and be like, oh, this is my asset. I've invested in the Christmas tree. Yeah. George has no idea what I'm talking about. Moving on.
Let's get on to some other stuff that I read. I don't know if you guys remember a couple of weeks ago, there was, and I don't know, I think it was Pantelis or you're telling me you're trying to drive down St. Urban and everything was closed off. They had found 2 bodies. They
must have been Pants. It wasn't me.
They had found 2 bodies on St. Urban Street. It was a couple years ago. I remember this. It was early November.
Okay.
So news just came out now about what happened.
Okay.
And someone had told me that the man that was found dead was is it Fairmont Bagels or St. Viator? I think it's St. Viator
Fairmont.
Bagels.
I know this. I know what you're talking about now. It's Fairmont. Yeah.
So he's the son or the grandson of the owners of Fairmont Bagels, and it was a whole thing because he's well known and all that stuff. A young guy in his 20s. But now the story comes out. They're like, "Oh my God, what the hell happened? He was there with his girlfriend. What a massacre! Who would do this sort of thing? Why would anybody walk into the apartment and kill them both?" But early reports came out, and they were like they were both in separate rooms. One was downstairs. The other guy was like 2 floors up. So it was all fishy from the very beginning. So
sorry, George. 1 second. Were you an asshole to him?
No.
Okay, good. Because he's my client.
But I barged in.
You just.
Yeah, because I thought it was.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't the building.
It was the building also.
Oh, you fucked off with, right? Okay.
Yeah, I told him.
Okay, Matt, you spoke to Matt next door.
Yeah. He said, yeah.
So he.
No,
So the story now that has come up is that this guy was the girl was a prostitute. She she was a prostitute. She went there. It's Fairmont Bagels, by the way. Yeah, is that what you said, or you said St. Peter? You said Fairmont. Okay. So so and apparently he was known on the street, in the prostitute circles of being very aggressive with the girls. And they had kind of blacklisted him. Every time he would call, they would just refuse to send girls over.
Can you imagine that? Can you fucking imagine that? You're so successful, you can't even get a fucking whore.
What a fucking psycho, man! And anyway, so this girl apparently she was from some region. She was relatively new in Montreal. She didn't have
access to the blacklist.
She didn't have the friends. She didn't she wasn't well connected with the other girls to know exactly what's going on. And she took the call. She went, and the guy killed her. Jesus. The reason, obviously, nobody will know. But here's the funny thing, because apparently after he killed her, he called not funny, like crazy. After he killed her, he called one of his colleagues from the bagel shop. They went over to his house. They saw what had happened, and they left. They're like, "What the hell's going on here?" So, in shock, so they all left.
What
They're
the
like,
fuck?
What's going on? And then they found him dead too. So he killed himself basically after he killed her. But before he killed himself, he actually called one of his friends from work. This is really disturbing. I mean, they went over, they saw what happened,
And
just
they didn't
left.
call the cops?
I don't know what happened. That's the kind of like the question mark. It's kind of the blurred lines in this whole story. I mean,
So
nobody
wait,
really-
hold on. So your bagel buddy calls you and you show up at the house and there's a dead hooker. And then
No,
so
you just see a dead woman, and you
leave.
Yeah, you run away.
So then this guy is dead after,
yeah,
the main guy. So no one is suspecting these bagel mafiosos that maybe they killed him.
yeah, that's an
Maybe
interesting
they
story.
killed the hooker. They were having like a crazy party, and that's just cover for why they may have been there in case they ping their cell phones to that location. I watch CSI. I know how
And
this shit works.
and they killed him too, their friend.
They killed both of them. They made it look like a murder-suicide, and they fucked off.
I
I'm
don't
telling
know.
you right now, it's going to come out. Those are the guys, they were having like a fucking crazy sex party, and they killed her. And then they
I
killed
hope
him to
not.
silence
Look,
it.
it's very easy to validate if whether or not those guys were actually at work and they left and they came back, right? I mean, it's unless it was done from the night before, who knows?
Who
But all
knows?
that,
I'm not a fucking forensic anthropologist, so I can't study the bones.
I think we're going far because all these things. I mean, someone can go in there and validate all this
Probably,
information. But it's just crazy. Just to think that just a couple days or weeks right before that girl's death, he was with another prostitute that he was really rough with her, and she kind of ran away.
People really
afraid
like
for-
fucking prostitutes, right? Like, that's something I never understood.
afraid for her life. So
Why do
this
people
now-
love prostitutes, Poseidon?
Because it's basically
clear his throat?
Well, he is an authority on the subject. Or he was.
It's basically sex that you pay, you're done. She's not in your life anymore. Like, you don't have to deal with all the bullshit.
Fair point.
You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. Wisdom from Poseidon. What's happening?
It's perfect. I don't know what the fuck was that. It's perfect for when like you don't want to get into a relationship and shit. You just want to bang. Like, instead of taking women out to dates, you just go and you fucking
Don't do as he says, eh?
yeah. Don't do as I say.
Don't do as
I
he
say.
says. Fucking impressionable minds.
Do
up
as
here.
I do.
Wait, no. Don't do as you do. No, do as he do. Jesus.
So this has opened up the debate again on whether or not we should legalize this industry.
100%.
Because if you guys remember last year, there was another young girl, Marilène Lévesque. There, she's 22 years
Yeah.
old, and there was this guy that had just come out of prison or somewhere from a halfway house or some six-story like that, where he had this past of being very aggressive, and he murdered her. And the issue now is that a lot of these women, they don't call the cops. Every time that they're beaten up, or every time they're treated unfairly, or whatever the situation may be, they're very reluctant to call the cops because obviously they're doing something illegal, so they don't want to get in trouble as well. So this has opened up this can of worms now on whether or not we should be legalizing this industry and how, if at all.
What
it
are the
could be-
laws like now? Is it decriminalized but still illegal?
I don't think so. I think if you get caught, you get a criminal record for prostitution. No.
The men do, the women don't. Not anymore in Quebec.
But what
they
about if
don't-
they're soliciting? Oh no, you're soliciting when you're getting.
If
them.
they're
Yeah.
if they're out in the street, they get penalties. But if everything's done behind closed doors between two consenting adults, the women,
So escorts.
yeah,
Yeah.
there you go. So they don't get any repercussions. If you're a man and you get caught, yeah, but usually they won't bother for that. Usually the cops.
So that you didn't get a record, they just sent you on your way.
What are you talking about?
All those hookers, you never once got picked up.
Never.
Really?
Never.
It's impressive.
Because they don't care. They only care about like if there's underage sex trafficking, if there's sex slaves, drugs involved, like all that kind of shit, like the underground. But if you go to a place that has none of that,
I love how you,
what?
at the end of all the things you said, like the underground, and then you just kept going as if it just finished your thought. Like the underground. Whatever, bro. I read about it on TikTok.
I read it about on TikTok.
That's what everybody says, bro. I read about it on
That
TikTok.
doesn't even make any sense. How do you read something
I
on
mean,
TikTok?
If you're reading the captions, I guess.
There you go. Okay, but
Check out the captions for more. I'm a real lawyer.
But yeah,
Fucking hell.
if you go to a legit place that's not scummy and shit,
I mean, by definition, none of them are legit because they're illegal.
Well, that's the thing. But
I mean, a
if-
classier
but
establishment.
here's the thing: if you go too legit,
You have to quit.
then you can't even bang. Like there's some places.
I killed George.
Only the old people got that one.
Too legit. Yeah, the oldies. Listen to the master Phil and let him finished. I'm pretty much finished, but what was I saying?
What master? I don't see that. Oh,
Anyways, basically,
Go on,
just
George.
yeah. So just to bring this back, I mean, it opens up this whole debate on whether or not the government should do something about this industry and somehow find ways to kind of regulate it or to in French it's l'encadrer, you know, to put some sort of
Encadrate it.
encadrate it.
Encadrate it.
Yeah. So, anyways, sad news, obviously, for the girl. But now that this story comes out, I mean, and like you said, Phil, I mean, there's so many things that are still unknown in this whole story. I mean, it's just strange, right?
I always think because I remember reading about this, but I always I don't know why. They're two different things, two different parts of the city, backgrounds, restaurants. I always think of what happened at Cosmos.
What happened at Cosmos?
The greasy spoon in on Sherbrooke. They made a movie about him back in the late 90s, early 2000s called Man of Grease, like Grease, Grease. Because it was a greasy spoon. And he was like this famous, like all the radio personalities used to go eat there. He had like 11 seats, heart attack breakfasts. Mr. Tony. That was his name, Mr. Tony. Good guy. And then his fucking junkie son killed him one night a few years ago. And it was all over the news. Like his father, like, oh, fuck. How much drugs you need to do to kill your fucking friend? Like, think about that.
yeah,
How fucked up is that?
that's very fucked up.
Like, I know that it happens. Wow, this is so distracting. The TikTok.
Yeah, I know.
What are they doing anyways?
Shelves.
Oh. He brought in a guy.
Yeah,
He doesn't look like the type of guy who could put up a shelf.
yeah.
He's too prissy.
He looks like the kind of guy that sits on a shelf.
I don't know what that means, but we're going to move on.
I don't know what that means either.
I don't know if you know this, George, but in this entire office, I'm the only one who can use a hammer. Did you know that?
Shit, you're in trouble.
Poseidon is this big manly
you talking
guy.
about?
Pantelis is this big manly guy. Both of them, not handy.
I'm handy.
I mean, he's handsy. He's very handsy.
No. I'm handy and I know how to use a hammer.
Actually, you've helped me with a few things.
Yeah.
Pantelis, though, not handy at all.
Pantelis is not handy.
Not even a little bit.
That's fine.
I have a feeling that Pantelis is handy. He just acts like he isn't. He just plays it to perfection because he just doesn't want to.
I don't know
do it.
about that because I've had him help me do stuff and it was terrifying. Like, you wouldn't think that putting together the legs on a table with someone, you'd be putting your life in their hands, but here we are. You know? Yeah, they just, who was it? Was it you the other day when I was like, oh yeah, when we moved the shelf with the flag in his office? And I'm like, empty out the shelf. You're like, bro, how are we going to put it up there? I'm like, with the ladder. You're like, oh. Remember? You're like, oh, right. Ladder. Yeah, bro, ladder.
But I was having a brain fart moment.
Yes, you were, since 1997.
That was brain diarrhea.
You should have told him, Poseidon, get
Jump.
on my shoulders. Don't
Jump,
worry.
bro, jump. So, okay, so the Bagel Mafia took out their Bagel Kid, Don. What else happened this week? I know BC is gone, basically.
What is happening?
Yes.
I mean, they went from the forest fires this summer to floods now, and now crazy snowstorms. I mean, what a mess.
Like, I was looking at pictures of the BC Highway 1, like on like a Tuesday, and then on the Wednesday after. It's gone. It's fucking gone.
Thank God.
No, dude. You know what? A lot of our shit that comes from China comes from BC on the rail.
Miracles do happen sometimes.
Yeah, when everything's fucking twice the price now, because we're going to have shortages of everything around Christmas.
No, we just get our. This is a lesson for all of Canada to do stuff in fucking house, not to go to fucking China.
But even if we were making stuff in BC, the rails that bring it here are gone.
But no, we don't have to make everything in BC. We can cut off BC from the rest of Canada, you know. But that's fine, and then
Why
we
would
start
you
making
cut off-
everything.
We're one country. Why would you? When they say local, you can do it in the same country. That's
It's
fine.
BC, bro. It's.
Well, what do you have against BC?
It might as well be China right now.
Okay, moving on.
Yeah,
No,
okay. That's weird.
destructive stuff over there. So I'm not so sure exactly what they're doing. Are there any deaths over there? Has it impacted?
I don't know if there's like I'm sure there's a death toll at this point. I've seen some pretty apocalyptic shit, but I don't know what it is officially. The only reason I know about it is my wife was like, "Have you seen what's going on in BC?" I was like, "No, what happened?" I hadn't even looked, and then all of a sudden I'm like, "Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all." This is abuse. What is Christine screaming about? Why is she being abused?
Oh, she was thrown in the gulag.
What'd she do this time?
What are you talking about?
It's like that, huh?
You're the one that.
I told you to put Christine in the gulag.
Yeah.
Me.
Yeah.
Put yourself in the gulag.
Fuck you. I am the gulag. Wait, that doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't make... You're putting Christine inside of you?
No.
Isn't that what she's been angling at this whole time?
But you know what? Because she's complaining, I'm going to put her back in the gulag.
So yeah,
no
Olga
words.
is saying that people have died.
No, Olga is saying, of course people have died because it's so bad, but she doesn't actually know. She's in the same boat as me. She just said it with more authority. That's all. Impressive, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, it still surprised me how people still doubt that climate change.
4 people are dead.
When you
Stop,
have
George.
all
Stop
these-
talking. Stop talking. I saw images from 20 years ago. The exact same sections of highway wiped out in the exact same manner from rain.
Yeah, maybe.
BC gets torrential rain. I'm not saying that climate change is not real. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying that this in and of itself is not an example of climate change. This
But they
is
have-
wild weather that happens every couple of decades.
Maybe I'll give you the benefit of the doubt, but I mean, I don't remember seeing forest fires like the ones we saw.
No,
This
I wasn't
summer.
talking about the fires. I was talking about the flooding. The fires is I mean, the climate is getting warmer. It's getting drier. We've also fucking destroyed most of the green.
Oh, and they were actually worse in 2005, by the way.
In 1990, I saw a picture. It was side by side from 1990.
Yeah.
It was on, I forget, it was like a Meteo Media type website, like an English one. And it wasn't like someone posting it. Like this was from a weather network. And they're like, look at this, same damage. We didn't learn anything. Like they didn't change the irrigation. But like when it rains that much, you're at the fucking mercy of the elements. There's not much you can do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but it was actually worse in 05. 05 looks like I'm looking at the images. It looks way worse in 05.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't
Like
seen the fire.
even the houses, the fucking, like it covers more, like the farmhouses, like it's more up the water.
Well, I mean, once the trees are gone, things erode because the roots are what keep the soil intact. So rain can make mudslides. I mean, the two things, they go together, obviously.
Yeah,
One
of
exacerbates the other.
God damn, that's brutal. Okay, so it does have, okay, I thought this was a new thing.
Rain?
No, the floods in BC.
No, I mean,
yeah, you should see his face right now.
floods aren't completely unknown, man, to Canada. You know what I mean? I mean,
No,
we've seen it.
I
It's
knew we've
just
always
that-
had floods, but I had before to this time.
I'm not arguing that we've had floods, obviously. All I'm saying is, to me, this is not a climate change issue. This is I don't know what kind of issue it is, but I don't know if this is really a climate change conversation. Like, are these things going to happen more frequently? Is that what we're saying? Then I guess, yes, maybe it is a climate change conversation. But we should fix shit whether or not stuff's going sideways anyways. Like, we should reduce emissions. We should find greener solutions. We should do all these things, not because bad things are happening. We should be doing them anyways.
Yeah.
Like,
right.
clearly, even if you don't believe in climate change, or greenhouse gases, the idea that something burns and black smoke comes out and then you inhale it, I mean, that's pretty straightforward to me. We shouldn't be doing that.
Yeah.
Right? Like, seems like a bad idea.
So Christina actually said something that makes a lot of sense. The fires get rid of the trees that protect from the floods. So if you,
I literally just said that, dude.
oh, I'm sorry, I wasn't paying
We
attention.
both, yeah, of course. That's how that works. It's erosion.
Okay,
She's right, 100% right.
Fucking hell, eh?
Don't put her in the gulag for that.
No, this saved her. Let's say she does something that's gulag worthy.
Well, she made fun of you right after, so.
Where? You know what, gulag?
She said, yeah, they should stop complaining. In 2015, it was worse. She burned you pretty
And
good.
I sent 2005.
You sent her to the fucking gulag
Yes,
for
I
real?
did.
Stop.
Okay, continue on with the stories. I'm sorry.
Yeah. In other news, the over the weekend, the federal government lifted the restrictions for people to cross back into Canada using the Roxham Road, the famous road. I don't know how much sense these things make to me, guys. I mean, we're managing this pandemic. We're trying to, restrict people from going to all these places and doing all these things. And somehow we thought, okay, let's open up the road again to receive illegal immigrants into the country.
Makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense. Yeah,
Because we have a labor shortage right now. There's too many people who have jobs, and we have not enough people to fill those jobs. So we need new people.
Let's go. Get them
Yeah,
in. Get them in.
let's get them all in here.
But so there's an article that I was reading where they're interviewing a couple farmers that live around that passage, and they're like, listen, whether it's closed or not, man, there's people that have been crossing through the forests here for months now. People are still getting in. They're finding their way in.
So they're saying we might as well have an open road where we can document them instead of them just showing up.
Exactly. At least control them.
I mean, if I believed them, I'd say that makes sense, but I don't believe them. They just want money from the UN for the people coming in. Now we're getting free people. That's what's happening.
I don't know if we get funded at all.
We still get.
You think we get funded
when we accept refugees? Of course, there's funding that comes with them.
Oh yeah.
I remember. I don't know what it's called now. It used to be called Sarim in Quebec, where they were the ones who applied to like various different places for the funding. I mean,
right.
You can't expect a country without any, like you can't expect us to just take, not us, anyone. Like if you're accepting people into your country that you technically don't need, I mean, there should be some kind of global funding to help you supply them with what they need, right? I'm sure Canada pays a lot too from our taxes, but there still are other funds. I don't know.
Yes, I don't know, and I don't want to. I don't want to get into anything I'm not really aware of. But yeah, okay. Let's talk about
too far, King Nasty. You took it too far. You took the joke. It was hilarious, and you killed it. You murdered the joke. Like an inch too far, you took it.
None of us here are into sports there, but
sports!
I mean, it's newsworthy in any case. The Montreal Impact, or now they're called CF Montreal.
Cockfight Montreal. Go on.
Well, first of all, why would they even change the name? But anyway,
what do you mean? I hated the name Impact. I much prefer that they're Montreal FC. I refuse to call them CF Montreal. It's stupid.
Yeah, and now that they changed the name, you're still calling them Impact, right?
I call them Montreal now because a team from a city like Montreal should be called Montreal FC. There are literally so many, like traditionally, so many teams in Europe that have Real, and in other places in the world that just took Real for the hell of it. We actually have it in the name of the fucking city. Why not use it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Real. We're gonna call ourselves Real.
Realmont.
We're going to play Joga Bonita.
Anyway, they picked up the Canadian Championship.
Yeah. Go CF Montreal.
The weekend, they beat Toronto FC 1-0.
Did you go like that? George, sorry, he's out of control, man.
What the fuck's going on, bro?
He's just throwing everyone in the gulags.
Man, just fucking focus on the show, man. Look at this guy.
I'm focused on the show.
No, you're not, man. You're just reading comments and fucking throwing everyone in the gulag.
Stop, for real now. Stop. That's enough. When Christine comes back, I want you to apologize publicly.
I'm not apologizing.
Then get out. But at least said it before.
Calm
This
down,
is
bro.
my show.
Yeah, calm down, bro.
This is our show.
Calm down, bro.
No, but I agree with you. Montreal FC does sound a little bit better. But what was the problem? I think it was the logo. I can't remember. There was an issue.
Yeah, it looks like a butthole.
Oh, man.
I will say this. I made fun of the logo, and I continue to do so. But I actually, sincerely now, I like the logo. I don't know if it's the right logo for this team.
Like a snowflake there.
It is a snowflake because of snow. I mean, it was a little on the nose for me. But it also looks like the flag from Community. It looks like a butthole. I'm going to buy CF Montreal merch just because it looks like a butthole.
All right, there you go.
Small pause. Spiro dropped $6.99.
Very specific.
In the chat.
Yeah, where the fuck are you, Spiro?
Coffee on me till I come back to office.
Yeah, come back to office. I don't know what we're talking about. Come back to office. Spiro. Let's settle up, Spiro.
He doesn't come in anymore.
He comes in when he feels like it. Spiro's a man of many places and a man of many nations and faces. Okay, he has offices all over the place.
And mysteries.
This is just one office that he keeps. So he can come hang out with us. It's like a favor almost.
Nice.
Yeah.
Good for him. So anyway, so that's it for Montreal. I don't know what happens now. I mean, is there like a
Confederation
American championship or what's going on now? Montreal won the Canadian championship.
Oh, they won the Canadian one?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, they're going to continue to play in the MLS. Why are you showing us the butthole? See, I kind of like it. It's cute. I would wear that on a jersey.
I don't understand it, man. You have a bunch of arrows. You have a bunch of M's.
The arrows
are the
the
metro?
transit system.
Yeah.
The M's are Montreal. The snowflake is because there's so many fucking butthurt assholes here.
Oh,
and
man,
it's winter.
Stupid.
Yeah.
It's stupid. Look at the Montreal Impact one. How much nicer it was.
Oh my God, are you joking? It looks like I made that in Photoshop in 2004. Look at all that embossing and gradients. Blah.
Whatever
Garbage.
it is, man. You have the nice.
I
stripes,
literally
like
did not follow the Impact because I hated their logo. Granted, I'm a weird example, but I hated their logo. So stupid.
Yeah. What was it? This one?
Yeah. That's their latest logo.
Okay, but the old one was this, right?
I don't think that was ever used. Oh, maybe in the 90s. Yeah, 92 to 2011. Yeah, the old one was. It's
looks
stupid.
like a European. It looks like a European club with a stripe.
No, it doesn't. It looks like a fucking Bush League club from AAA midget or something.
It looks like a crest.
It looks like shit. I don't like it. I rarely support anything Montreal soccer sports teams do, but I support the butt flake.
It makes no sense to me. Honestly, if that's your inspiration, the Metro and M for Montreal, that makes you look like a snowflake. I mean,
George, were you a big fan of the Impact and now you don't support them anymore?
No, never. I never was.
Then what? They don't give a shit about you, George.
I know they don't, and I don't give a shit about them either. We're just saying, like, good for them though. They won the championship. I'm not sure exactly what comes next. I don't know if
the Canadian championship. You said, right?
Yeah. So
how many Canadian teams are in the MLS? Does anybody know?
Sorry?
Just read Canadian MLS teams. I'm curious. Is it like 4 of them? Did we win? Are we the best of 4 teams? Like, who cares?
No, but there's other. There are Canadian teams, but are they all in MLS or do they play like separately?
Here we go. Let's do it. He's got it.
There's a Forge FC in Hamilton, Cavalry FC in Calgary, HFX Wanderers in Halifax, Ottawa Fury in Ottawa, Pacific FC, Vancouver Whitecaps, York United FC, Atletico Ottawa, Valor.
Hold on. They call themselves Atletico Ottawa?
Yeah.
That's very stupid.
Valor FC, Montreal Impact, FC Edmonton, Toronto FC Academy, and CF Montreal Academy.
Yeah, they're not all in MLS.
Why did you just read a cat?
What are you Toronto and Montreal.
Those are not all in
list
MLS.
Of Canadian soccer teams.
That's not what I asked you to check. I asked you list of Canadian MLS teams.
Yeah.
They're all in the MLS.
Yeah.
He's wrong. There's no way that's
in
right.
MLS. Yeah, look at it. Hold on.
Atletico Ottawa is not
Atletico Ottawa.
It is.
Pronounce it like that.
Look.
Is that your wife's team?
Hold on. Toronto FC, Vancouver Whitecaps.
Those ones, yeah.
Okay, Montreal.
But Valor and Atletico Ottawa.
Oh, wait. Yeah, there's only 3 teams.
Yeah, you are stupid.
There's only 3 teams in the MLS. That's stupid.
That's because we suck.
Impact won all 6 titles in 2002, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Bro, we're killing it.
So stupid.
Yeah, we're the best. The best out of 3.
Hold on, someone's talking shit about me. What does it say?
But we have the.
So it looks like the type of guy that give you the finger but run the red light because he's next to you. Is he calling me a bitch?
I think he wants to get thrown in the gulag.
Throw him in the fucking gulag.
Now you like it, huh?
No, that's not
No, don't put him in the gulag.
Oh, what the hell?
You did it?
Yeah, I did it.
Oh, goddamn it.
He's 100% right. You do look like one of those guys.
No, I'm not a finger puller. I like to blow kisses to people who are being aggressive with me. It really confuses people. Like, I'm the guy that they're like, fuck you, bro, you cut me off. And I'm like, people get very angry. Really macho guys, like these like aggressive types, if you blow them kisses, they go fucking through the roof. They don't even know what to do.
They like it, that's why.
So yeah, I read somewhere in the chat that now they qualify for the CONCACAF. So whatever. Okay,
The what?
The CONCACAF.
CONCACAF.
Is that like the cup of
it's
all
the
Americans?
Confederations cafeteria. It's where they all go for lunch after the games. and it's on Atletico Ottawa this year. They're the ones paying the bill.
The CAF. The CONCACAF.
CONCACAF. It's like multi-CAF, but not for homeless people, for soccer teams. CONCACAF. All right, what else we got? That's not soccer.
Right.
Why is the fucking chat turning on me? You fucking degenerates. You're all supporting it?
What happened?
Nothing.
Oh.
But they called you Poseidon, just so you know.
All right, guys, let's move on. I don't know is Pantelis coming in at all?
Who cares? It's our show, George. We don't need him.
Because I wanted to talk about some things
Oh,
altogether,
yeah, okay.
but fuck
So
it.
if you want to keep something for him, keep
vaccines, 5 to 11 approved, and let me get it. Hold on, where is it?
I saw on the news this morning, George, like it was on TV at the cafe where I was working.
Yeah.
The first kids have started getting vaccinated, and I was like, in what universe, as a parent, are you the first in line? Like, even if you trust the vaccine 1,000,000%, okay? Even if you do, don't you just let someone else send their kid first?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Look, here's the crazy thing, and it's my wife that brought it up to me because she was kind of watching the headlines, and she starts laughing, and I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "Oh my God, please don't tell me that's the that's the reasoning behind this, like the Legault is using, and he was
What
saying
reasoning?
that kids, we're doing this so kids could hug their grandparents again.
Oh, yeah, that's what he's going with.
It's like, come on, man.
Okay.
I can't remember which. It was one of the French channels. I don't know
That's
if it was
fucking
FD or
stupid.
TVA. But it's like, dude, come on, get a better fucking excuse than that. I mean, nobody has been respecting social distancing for at least 6 months.
More.
No, yeah, but let's give them the benefit
Oh,
of the doubt.
I just got the email right now, George, about vaccination for children. Official
Yeah.
from the government. Let's
Yeah.
see. Vaccination readies your body's defenses against specific virus and vaccine. Okay, whatever. What are some of the symptoms of the vaccine? Pain at the injection site. I mean, that's pretty standard. That's fine.
Yeah.
Fatigue, headache, muscle or joint pain, and fever. Oh, that's so sad. Kids don't normally get headaches. That makes me feel really sad. I don't want to give them the vaccine.
I mean, look, man, we've had this conversation. First of all, we automatically, as soon as it was announced yesterday that today was going to be the first day, we immediately got a notice from the school.
Yeah,
with
me
our
too. That's what I
school.
just got.
And they're saying that they're going to have a vaccination day. I think it was on the 12th of December or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, mid-December. So I'm looking at my wife and I'm like, fuck, are they going to force them, or I hope they don't.
No,
I
they're
mean,
not.
I don't think they could.
They could try.
But the other question is, okay, now where are they going to go from here now, right? Are they going to be like, listen, all activities are only reserved to vaccinated kids? Are you going to be able to play in the schoolyard? Are you going to be able to go to the gym? Are you going to be able to go to the library with the classroom? I mean, all these things now, all these questions are starting to come up. And because we know in the older demographic, like the high school kids, they can't do
Yeah.
school sports or school activities, but hanging out, going to the, playing outdoors or whatever, I don't think they had put any limits to that. So I would doubt that they would do that at the elementary level. But who knows, man? I mean, who knows? The argument, the stats that are coming out, obviously they're comparing it to the high school kids, where since the vaccination rate has been increasing, we're getting less and less kids affected by or getting infected by COVID, which obviously, let's say, it makes sense. And they're
Sorry,
reporting.
hold on. I just want to address a question.
Yeah.
I guess Christina is talking about what I just said about the dumb Legault line that I said was stupid. She says if you have someone who's immunocompromised, you may want the kids vaxxed. Why? Isn't the immunocompromised person vaxxed? Like, if they're vaccinated, the kids aren't a newer danger to them. Right? Like, because that whole conversation about do this for other people, I mean, that's done.
What?
No, because technically, even though you're vaccinated, you can still catch it.
But yeah, of course, no, absolutely. I mean,
So if
99% of vaccines operate that way. That's fine. I'm not arguing that. What I'm arguing is the logic that a person who is at higher risk, who is vaccinated, the children should be vaccinated to protect them. When in reality, any real protection that's happened, I'm not talking about community spread. I'm talking about someone in the immediate vicinity, right? That's what you were talking about. I mean, but I stand by my answer. That still makes no difference. That person should have been, the person who's immunocompromised should have been first in line. And if they were, great. They're probably double vaccinated by now and they should be okay. But the idea that somehow we're protecting specific individuals by vaccinating the children, that's not a good argument. Community spread? Sure. Generally how the virus is going to develop? Okay, I'm all for it. But that making it so personal, like you're protecting someone like grandma or auntie, the crazy spinster aunt or whatever, like, no, I don't buy it anymore. I'm sorry. Even conversations with doctors that you've had, it's not about protecting anyone vaccinating the kids. It's about protecting them from that other thing that comes after COVID, because they fare very well against COVID. It's the MISC thing that's taking kids out, and not a lot of them. I mean, it's a what's the expression? It's a coin toss, right? Like if they're gonna get it. But I don't want to get into the details of that now because, like, I'm tired of talking about. We're not doctors.
Yeah, no, exactly.
You know?
But at the same time, I mean, I don't know. For me, they're too young, and I want to trust science, but then there's all these things that are coming up.
Why do you not want to do it at all?
I don't know, man. I think we're gonna have to at some point, but
I mean, I'm okay personally. I'm okay with doing it. I just want everyone else's kids to get vaccinated first. I want to see what happens. That's my science. This is my own experiment. I want the data that I can observe with my own eyes. That's all.
I mean, look, I don't know. They've thrown us into this situation where we know very little of what's
The
going
long-term
on.
side effects of something like this, yeah.
the statistics and everything that is coming out is very often disproved. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't want.
You don't want to make the wrong call.
Yeah, I don't want to make.
It's stressful.
I don't want to make the wrong call, and again, we don't know what repercussions it can have in that group age, right? So I don't know, but at the same time, if they turn around and say, look, it depends on the rate, right? I mean, if the vaccination rate takes time to climb, tomorrow, what if they come out and say, listen, your kid is gonna have to stay in class whenever the class goes out or whenever the class goes to.
But that would be stupid. Like, think about it. They can stay in class, that's fine, but they can't go outside. Like, just think about how dumb that is.
There's a lot of things that don't make sense, man. But how do they do it in high school when the activities and all that stuff where the kids can't play?
You're right. You're right in the sense that they're gonna.
Let's say, for example, you have a kid in high school who plays in the soccer team and he needs to get vaccinated. You're going to tell me that during the rest of the day, he doesn't talk to the other kids that may not be vaccinated.
But that's what they're going to end up doing because they're not going to force, they're not going to pass laws or mandates. They're just going to say, well, now you're now excluded from all these activities and eventually we're going to do it.
And here's the thing. Christine said some dumb shit in the comments. She's like, you're going to vaccinate them because you don't want you don't want them, like, in case you have family members that are immunocompromised.
Yeah, we talked about that.
But if the old people are vaccinated, what's the issue?
What did Tasso just say? J&J that makes a COVID vaccine made talcum powder that causes cancer, it seems. Yeah, I mean, these are the things. Like, everyone's like, you're being crazy. Why would you do this? But like,
I got another thing to add to that.
Corporations make fucking mistakes. And historically, it's been proven that those mistakes have been detrimental, especially to young people.
Also, you know how the JFK files, the assassination?
That's
58
off
years.
topic?
No,
Okay.
it's on topic. 58 years later, it's still all classified. You know this?
Yeah.
They weren't supposed to release it. Same thing with the trials, the trial data, and how and why it got pushed so they could go through for our Pfizer vaccines and Moderna. It's classified. We're not going to find out for at least another 58 years.
That's not surprising at all.
Y'all.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah. So people are basically going to be dying from weird.
No. I don't. You can't jump that far ahead. It could also be useless. To find out that it did nothing. So it doesn't mean that it's
And by
going
the
to
way, Tasso is a lawyer, a real legalese person who has close ties to the healthcare system. Okay, I've had conversations with Tasso. Like, the fact that someone like Tasso would say that should really make you question how arrogantly you're defending, let's vaccinate all the kids right away.
Oh, that's crazy.
Like, and I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm just saying the logic.
For something that
defending
doesn't
the
kill them,
logic.
for something that 99% of them more than 99% of them get through without an issue, no, it doesn't make any sense. The argument, it doesn't make sense is what I'm saying.
Look, guys, if you remember last year or a year and a half ago when this whole thing started, everyone was saying how that age group was the most protected, right? I mean,
Still is.
And that how the most vulnerable were obviously the senior citizens. And then I remember specifically looking at all the stats that were coming out during that whole period, and I thought, okay, look, the kids are safe. There's no worries. By the time they get the vaccination and get everyone vaccinated, we'll be through this. I don't know what's going on. Something inside me just tells me that it's just a matter of getting the numbers. They just want to show people that look at our rates, we're doing well.
Well, right now, George, in Quebec,
during his announcement, and said that, look, once we reach 80% of that demographic vaccinated, we are comfortable then to
get rid of everything.
Remove every restriction.
That doesn't make any sense. That makes it scarier.
The carrot
but
is
then
the
It's
stick.
like the carrot on the stick kind of thing.
No, but in this situation, the carrot is the stick because the carrot is we're going to get rid of the vaccine passport and let businesses operate. But the stick is enforced by them. They put the stick there.
Yeah, and you know what else doesn't make sense? Doing it to a section of the population that's not in danger. It's like saying, stop, everybody out of the pool. All right, so all the people that are tanning and are not going to be in the pool, you all put on life jackets, and then the swimmers go back to swimming. It doesn't make any sense.
It's true.
And then people are just like, fuck, man, just put on your life jacket while you're fucking sitting there tanning. It's like, but why? Like, are you going to ask how stupid this is?
I saw a doctor.
Life jacket tan lines.
Yeah.
I saw a pediatrician post about why the kids are getting vaccinated last night, and I was reading what he wrote, and I was like, when did we start only discussing anything in fucking absolutes?
Yeah.
Like, when did this happen? Like,
I'll tell you when.
there's a lack of rational thinking that I can't account for anymore. Because the world is more or less like you can operate your daily life and not think of COVID really. Like,
Yeah, unless you open the TV or go on social media and argue with one of the cult members.
It's just look. I don't absolutely believe anything in this situation. I realize that there is a lot that I don't know. I'm an idiot. Okay. But at the same time, you can't argue with anyone because everyone on either side is absolutely certain. A quick Google search proves, and both sides say that.
No, I will show you in a tweet this entire generation where we're headed in a tweet from yesterday, the Women's March. Y'all heard of the Women's March?
Is that when they march straight to the kitchen?
Bunch of ladies, they be marching for rights and stuff, and they're giving, like, people donate money every day.
Right, don't they have all their rights?
Don't they have more rights?
Well, listen to this. Tweet yesterday of them deeply apologizing.
For?
We apologize deeply for the email that was sent today to all their members. $14.92 was our average donation amount this week. It was an oversight on our part to not make the connection to a year, 1492, a year of colonization, conquest, and genocide for indigenous people, especially before Thanksgiving.
What?
So they sent an email to update people that our average donations this week was $14.92. And then they're like, oh my God, that's so insensitive because the year 1492, so those numbers.
Kill the stream, we're done.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
done for the day. I'm never going to the internet.
Yeah. But they motivated me to apologize also because I tweeted right after. I said, I am also sorry for using the word country. I know it could sound like a tree that grows people who make these types of tweets. It was purely oversight on my part.
Very nice.
Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Thank you.
I like how you incorporated your killer joke from trolling the ladies into the morning show.
But that's the cult. That is the mental.
That is
the mental deficiency that we're dealing with. So of course we're going to deal in absolutes.
Look,
that is absolute lunacy.
I don't even know what to say.
That's retarded.
The scary thing as well, guys, is when it reaches like the government levels. And there's a story that came out. I don't know if you guys heard about this. Actually, it was in today's National Post.
I thought he was here.
He's right there.
No, I thought you were here today, G, because you wanted to check out the equipment.
What equipment? You got new
The
equipment?
ATEM and all that shit. We were going to talk to you.
Oh, yeah. No. I'll come in at some point, bro. I was fucking running busy. And I don't even have the car anyway.
All right, go back with your story. I'm sorry.
So, yeah. What was I saying? Yeah. So the scary thing is when it reaches the upper echelons, right, of our society, like the government and all that stuff. There is a chemistry professor, and I read this in the National Post today. There's an Indian. It's important to mention this. There's an Indian chemistry professor.
Indian feather or Indian dot?
Oh, Indian from India.
Okay.
So there's an Indian professor. His name is Professor Patanjali Kambapati.
I believe him.
Yeah,
Jesus
very
Christ,
well
what kind of name is
known
that?
Canadian scientist. He's an award-winning Canadian scientist. Okay, this guy is a professor at McGill University. He hires students in his research department. Okay?
I like him giving jobs to the students.
And he came out and said, listen, I'm going to hire based on merit. Whoever is good and deserves to be here, whoever knows his or her shit will work in my research department. And I think it's fair, right?
As it should be.
This whole thing leaks that he's only basing his hiring on merit to the point where the government decided to withhold the grants that he was getting for his research.
Hold on. So the government told him, Mr. Indian man, you're doing your research correctly. We're retracting our funds.
Yeah, because
We don't do things correctly around here. The government. There's an Indian researcher at McGill University. So he said, look, I hire students.
What kind of Indian?
That's what I asked too. Indian from India.
India.
I said daughter feather. He said dot.
Okay.
So
Did you really
I didn't say that.
So here's the thing. Because they misuse the word Indian. That's the whole
people
joke
still
there.
call native people Indians. It confuses the fuck out of me.
So anyway, he says I'm gonna hire the students. We're gonna do research. However, I'm gonna hire based on merit. I'm gonna hire the best ones. Yeah. So the government said, if you're doing that shit, we're pulling our funds.
Back to India.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he was asked by the government, apparently there's some criteria or whatever it is that he needs to be hiring staff based on diversity and inclusion, and to have that kind of stuff considered. And he came up publicly and said, listen, I could have very easily lied on the fucking application, but he wrote the truth. He goes, no, I'm hiring based on merit.
We need you to hire that kid that's eating the scalpel.
Nom, 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 nom. Me work hard.
So all this to say that we've been hearing about all these stories in the U.S., but it's not far from us either, man. And it's
No, it's not. It's the new world.
We're worse.
Oh my God, I just remembered why I had trouble sleeping.
Oh, this should be interesting.
Because of this. I swear to God, yeah, I woke up I don't know why. I woke up and I was like, China won. I swear, I was like, yo, the PSYOP work. As I realized all the women's march thing and all that, I go, they fucking infiltrated and they destroyed North America.
Oh yeah, it's over, bro. It's over. We're just seeing the beginning of the decline.
We used to think the CIA was cool.
Beginning of the end.
How they would go destroy countries because they would basically take over the government and put in whoever they want to empower. Bro, that's small time shit.
Yeah.
Bro, these Secret Service went in and infiltrated our fucking culture, bro.
Yeah.
I was thinking about how, like what you just said about, because I've had this conversation with people. They're like, China won.
We've been razzle dazzled.
They're winning at least. At least let's say they're winning.
Let's say they're winning, yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was just going through. I was listening to music in the car, and you know how Apple or Spotify will suggest similar things to what you're listening to. So I was listening to Greek rap, right? And the next song that came up,
You might also like the Chinese Communist Party.
No. Listen to this. The next song that comes up, and it was a point of like, first of all, it was kind of hilarious in like a weird sense, but then I was like, look at Greece, culturally resisting what's happening everywhere. There was a #1 on the charts in Greece song called Ting Tang Tong. The song is called Ting Tang
No
Tong.
way.
Okay. What do you mean?
Okay, like that would never fly here.
Well, I don't know if it would. What's the context?
Basically, how do you translate this? Like, don't act like such a Chinese guy. Like, don't pretend like you don't understand. This is the lyrics.
Don't
of
be a
this song.
keener.
Don't be a keener. And I was like, look,
Basically.
I go, okay, sure, it's racist.
I don't think it's
Blatantly,
racist. I think
it's
you're
blatant-
making it racist.
It's blatantly racist.
No, the
but-
term is it's all Chinese to me or it's all Greek to me. That's just the term.
No, that's not what the expression means in Greek.
What do you mean?
Well played, though. Like, mimu kanis kinezo.
Yeah, mimu kanis kinezo.
Because when you're confused, you go, huh? That's where that comes from.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it is. 100% it is.
Who's the-
Anyways,
who's the
my
artist?
point. It's
Mo Phoenix.
It's FY and someone. So
So
but
the
idea
song is
that-
called Ting Tang
That
Tong?
would never fly in the Western world, right? In the rest of the Western world. But in Greece, it's a fucking banger.
But Greece doesn't stop.
Because they're like, we're not woke, we just do what we want.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's an example to live by.
Yeah.
I don't know why I brought that up. I'm sorry. By the way, in vaccine news,
Yes.
positive vaccine news, they are now testing a nasal vaccine, to prevent Alzheimer's.
Oh wow.
Isn't that that's great news.
Listen, bro.
That's top of the morning
don't tell me
news.
things like that because that's news that I could get behind, but I don't believe it.
You want me to send you the article I found?
I'm gonna forget about it.
Zinger. But if you take it, you won't.
I hope so. That's dude
That's fucking-
because Alzheimer's crazy
I don't want
bad.
people to think that I'm like, vaccines are not real. Like, that's not what I'm saying. Like,
No. Look,
I'm just suspicious of this one.
Well, no. If you take everything in context, what this is, we completely drop the ball. I can't even jump on a conspiracy. I can't be like, it's evil. It's gonna poison us. I already know it's not microchip shit like that. That's the dumbest thing
No,
ever.
that's dumb.
Now, what I think is, it's always money around. I don't want to believe that they're poisoning and we're all gonna fucking get sick. That's crazy to me. Because if it does happen, I'm gonna be very upset.
So you think they're just whatever?
I think it's
willy-nilly?
more of, oh, you have to do this, it's dangerous, even though statistically it's not what they're saying it is, just for money. That's what I like to believe, which is the simplest way. Now, if it's
I actually
worse
have a different
and they are
suspicion.
poisoning us, then I should have put my fucking tinfoil hat on years ago and I fucked
My
up and now we're all
suspicion is
dead.
not that it's all money, because the idea that they would make us all sick knowingly for
Not
money.
make us sick. No, I'm not saying
No,
they
I
made us
know,
sick
I know.
on purpose. I'm
My
saying
issue is-
they fucked up where they fucked up. Okay, Fauci fucked up doing the gain of function research where he shouldn't have been doing, so he found the loophole. He did it in China. He fucked up. This thing escaped. It's fucking easily spread.
Have you ever rushed to finish something?
Yeah,
You always make a mistake.
yeah.
That's what worries me. That we were in such a hurry
For the vaccines.
that maybe human error may have a play in it all. Like,
100%,
That's
but
what scares me. It's
in-
not- I don't think it's even as nefarious as money.
My fear would be it is nefarious as money because right now the kids and all that, what's the point of that? If they're not in danger, it's against the life jacket scenario. Why would we say, no, this can only go back to normal if you force people that don't need it to take it? That's when it starts getting suspicious.
Yeah.
So there's two ways. One, it's because, they want that fucking cash, bro. Or two is the dark thing.
What about
they
the
want to
babies?
poison the children.
What about
So
the
which one?
newborns that are being born from mothers that I had read some article, I don't remember where it was, and I don't remember much of the article, but I remember the takeaway was that babies born of vaccinated mothers have like awesome fucking COVID antibodies, right?
That's badass.
So when they turn 5 years from now, will they have to
You
get
know who else
vaccinated,
has
or are they
COVID
just-
antibodies? The majority of people that got it.
Yeah, but who knows who got it, right? I mean, at this point, we all have COVID antibodies. The rate in Quebec for eligible people who are is 91%.
It's never good enough.
91% is fucking crazy.
You're saying
That's
that, but
more than
the
like
government
polio.
says it's not good enough.
Are we vaccinated against polio? Like,
Me and
did
you?
they just stop vaccinating at some point because we destroyed it, or do we have them also?
I don't know.
I wonder.
I don't know what they did to me as a child.
Yeah.
All kinds of stuff in me.
No
Poseidon
idea.
too. Mostly dicks in him.
Hey, got
Hey.
dicks.
Yeah, no, it's I don't like that. It's suspicious, my friends. Suspicious.
Tasso, I'll answer your question because the Alzheimer's thing is not headline news. It wasn't done in the span of 18 months, and it's been going on for years and years and years.
You know what else is not headline news? Ghislaine Maxwell's trial starting.
Oh, is it?
It's amazing that that's not front page news right now. That everybody should be concerned with
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Sex trafficking. The elites flying with her for years with Epstein, banging children. Who's on that flight log, Poseidon? Everybody from Oprah to Jay-Z to Bill
Oprah.
Gates to Clinton. Yep, everybody. But that's not. I wonder why that's not in the news. Huh.
I mean, it will be eventually. It'll
Well,
be
I
a
just said it.
documentary.
Well, this came out.
Yeah, like the Epstein. Do you guys remember this? As soon as this comes out, as soon as he killed himself when the cameras turned off and everybody fell asleep conveniently, a documentary comes out, a fucking fast-paced documentary to try to distance the Clintons from him. That's not suspicious. Just like the Hillary Clinton documentary that had come out to try to paint her in a better light.
How suspicious?
These people are and I don't mean in charge like it's on a throne. They're in charge because they control the narrative.
They have influence.
So yeah, they have influence. So they always erase their mistakes. These people are a problem.
How fast
These
can you even
people.
put up a documentary? Like, honest.
If you're using mostly file footage and no real interviews, 6 months.
Yeah, well, they did it in a week
The
and a half.
more money you have, George, the more money you have, the faster you can turn something around. Right? As you'll see with the project I just shot for you for little to no money, it'll take months to finish, George.
I'm just saying.
So just to finish up on this professor, I read the article and I'm like, come on, man, we cannot be here. Like we cannot have arrived at this point in Canada. Like it's ridiculous. So anyway, and we're talking about a lot of money. I mean, the guy lost a grant of almost $500,000.
What
and
is
he's
that
working-
grant?
I think it's racism. You know, if I was him, I'd be like, "Why are you guys racist against the Indian researcher?"
That's the angle.
Yeah.
That's the angle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, hold on, I'm trying to see.
But he has
exactly
to
what
say
he's
that
looking.
he's like, you can't be like, I'm a person of color. He can't say I'm Indian. They won't buy that. They don't understand that.
Yeah, he has to call himself a BIPOC.
BIPOC, yeah. But what if he's not bi?
He's got to be a POC.
What's a
at least.
BIPOC?
A bisexual person of color? Is that what the bi stands for?
I don't think so.
No?
Oh my God, guys!
What's the BI
honestly.
stand for?
I don't know.
Look it
I'm
up.
sure fucking Christina's gonna know.
Oh, black, indigenous, and people of color.
Oh,
That's
black
him.
indigenous.
He's colored.
Yeah, he's brown.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He fits in the BIPOC.
Bro, is there fucking terms for everything now?
Yeah, it's all
Yes.
labels.
Yeah. I mean,
You read Orwell, you know.
Yeah.
You gotta name things.
Any of these
know what
menstruators in the
you know what
chat have
upsets me?
opinions on this?
Hey, birthing individuals.
Yeah, that's what
birthing
they-
type people.
She did know.
Yeah, apparently it's of course Christina. Apparently it's offensive not to women. It's offensive to people who don't identify in the two genders. If you call women women, you have to call them. What was it? What were they protesting
Menstruators.
outside? Menstruators and birth givers and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
yeah, stuff. Yeah,
Birthing type individuals.
Yeah, sorry, birthing type individuals.
Yeah.
Women are like, we just started marching and they're taking everything away from us. Yeah. The women's march is going to be called the birth givers march.
Yeah.
No, but it's crazy because the thing that the stuff this guy's working on. I mean, look.
Oh, yeah, maps for pedos, yeah.
I'm just reading the article here. His work
Maps? Oh, yeah,
explores the
maps.
cutting edge of super fast laser science, a field that spans everything from telecom to medicine. He believes that Canada can become a world leader in the field. Yeah, fuck the experts. Let's just focus on the number of colored people you have and the number of diverse people you have. Like, dude, this is like high tech shit. Don't you
Person de
need
couleur.
the best
Person de
people?
couleur. Person de... Come on, finish
Oh, that
it.
was
Finish it.
hold on. C'est pas un arc-en-ciel. But, no, but George, you fucking make a good point.
Of
Instead
course.
of furthering our research, helping our system, making us pioneers, they're like, we can't hurt that lady named Steve's feelings. So
So get the dark skinned kid with the lazy eye in here. He's gonna run the
it's
show.
so crazy that we're doing this. It is like a reality show that aliens are watching.
Like I said, it's the beginning of the end.
Yeah. By the way, this has happened.
now. The chat.
This has happened to also Rome when Rome was falling.
I've read
Yeah.
I've read that
Yeah.
theory.
It's not a theory. It's documented.
I've read
Not just
articles
Rome.
about
Yeah,
how it
not
was
just
done.
Rome. I know, but I'm
I
saying
don't
because
know
Rome's
that
the
I buy it.
closest to us.
Yeah, Rome is the closest to us, so it's the
Yeah.
best example right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was happening in Rome.
Yeah, the gender,
Are you
the
talking about when the lines between the genders get blurred?
Yeah.
society
all
collapses?
kinds. They did the genders, the work, like what they're doing now. The whole what's the movement? The no work movement in the States.
No work.
You haven't seen this shit?
What?
Yeah, people just like, no, we just don't want to work, and they're quitting their jobs. They go, we don't need to work, just give us money. You haven't seen this?
No.
Yeah, bro.
No.
Yeah. I already told you.
Oh,
Me-
yeah, we're fucked.
I
bro.
can't
We're
wait for
fucked.
the. I don't need water. I just want to be hydrated. Hydrate me.
I guarantee you, 10 more years. You know what? You know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen in the next coming years, bro. No war, but
There's gonna be an all famine protest.
Slowly, you're gonna start seeing a lot of Chinese troops. Outposts.
What are you talking about? They don't need. This is what's beautiful.
Yeah, they don't need
This is how you destroy people from the inside. You don't need a military.
No, but if they
Dude,
want
we're destroying ourselves.
Remember
no, but
that
if they want to
Kissinger
take
quote?
over the land,
Yeah. What do you need? You walk in. Who's gonna stop you?
yeah, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna walk in and just set up camp.
They don't need to set up camp. That's what you're not getting. You're because you're a simpleton. You're oversimplifying it to a point where you don't need to. You're already giving it away. Like if I signed everything to you, if right now you had a house and I take the house from you, I legally own the house, and you're a renter, I don't need to kick you out. You're paying me for the
Paying
house.
me, you stupid.
Yeah, why would I kick you out?
Yeah,
And if
see
you're
what
not
you mean.
working and your puppet government is just giving you that money, it's
Yeah.
just stretching that yen as far as it goes. It's basic economics.
Anyway,
Christine wrote something about ladies
She's saying that one lady hired 4 other ladies and people are mad.
because they're ladies.
I guess because they're only ladies. Are they all white ladies?
But are they qualified? Is the question.
Are
maybe they were the most qualified.
Qualified, yeah.
Can Christine, the lady hater, prove that they were not the most qualified?
I mean, that's a stretch to call her a lady hater. She hates menstruators only.
Oh, okay, whatever.
I have questions about Christine. Like, she doesn't seem to like us very much, yet she's always here.
I'm
that's happy that she's here. I
That's
have no
real
issue.
fandom.
Is that what it is?
That's real fandom.
Yeah?
Everybody knows that. Yeah, it's like wrestling.
Oh, she just loves to
It's
hate
like
us.
wrestling, bro.
But
You
she
hate
doesn't
the bad
all
guy.
of us. She loves Poseidon.
Like the Joker. You know, we're her Joker.
We're her
You ever seen the movie Joker?
No, actually, I have not.
Well, people love the movie and he's a villain and they like the villain.
Okay.
We're that.
I thought you meant like we're her Joker, like we're the reason she exists.
No,
like
that's
Batman
Poseidon.
and the Joker.
That's their Poseidon and Batman relationship is together.
Fat Man and the Poker.
One cannot exist without the other.
Fat Man and the Woker.
That's why they can't kill each other. They
Get
need
it?
each other.
They need each other, yeah.
Yeah, what if?
I'm not trying to be a dick, Olga. I'm just
Fat
literally
man
I'm
and the
asking.
Woker. Fuck you, bro.
Fat Man and the Woker. You're the Woker.
No, I'm the fat
Fine,
man.
you're the wanker.
Yeah, you're the fat man.
Yeah, I'm the fat man. I'd rather be the fat man.
What? I said I'm hungry.
Yeah,
Bro, China owns Africa.
I said this a year ago on this fucking show. I keep telling people these are not conspiracies. This is real stuff. And by the way, the way China does it is the smartest thing.
Yeah.
So they sign these treaties, right, to build railroads and build infrastructure.
We're Fox
and
News.
and the way we're for Fox News. And the way
hurts my feelings a
the
little.
way they sign it, it's so fucking smart. The stipulation is if in X amount of years you haven't paid it off, because right now we own it technically and we make money off if there's tolls and all that. If you don't pay it off in X amount of time, all that happens is we just take it over. We own it completely. And the countries are like, fuck, they're building infrastructure. That's a great deal for us because the infrastructure is still going to be there. So they say yes. China knowing they can't afford it. So what happens is slowly, they just keep taking over countries because they own their infrastructure, their main. They can't not deal with China. You get it?
They also own Albania.
Yeah, they do own Albania. They also own the ports of Greece.
Shenzhen.
Yeah, dude. It's they played it smart.
Bro, like
While
bro,
the CIA was doing other shit, destabilizing, these guys went in, they made business deals, and then they just started throwing cultural grenades.
yeah, they played it the smart way, bro.
Yeah.
I think now, like in this new era that's ushering, it would have been cool to be like Chinese.
Well, not really, because you like if you're in like actual Chinese people don't agree with any of this shit. Actual Chinese people, they leave China because
Yeah,
they don't
you're
want
right.
that shit.
You're right.
Like unless they're well off, they don't want that shit. Like a Chinese guy that I play hockey with, he's been here for years. He was crying when Mike won his verdict.
Why?
He's not even a joke guy. He doesn't even like humor or anything, but he was crying.
Doesn't even like.
Yeah, he's not a humorous guy, but he was crying because he goes, you don't understand what that means. He goes, a lot of people here take it for granted.
Exactly.
This is like an older Chinese gentleman, bro.
Yeah, and
who's not even into comedy, and he was
Because
crying.
even though he's not into it, he understands the importance
Of freedom of speech, freedom of
Exactly.
expression. It's very important when the government
I love
comes
when
in.
he does that, by the way.
What?
I love when he basically, instead of getting ahead of your thought, he goes forwards, backwards, repeats
what I
just
said, yeah.
with an extra word.
Yeah,
as
he
if
always does
had
it.
an epiphany.
Yeah, he always does it. Yeah,
It's
yeah.
amazing.
It's how he conversates.
Oh, George is still here.
Yeah.
I forgot.
So yeah, all this to
Were
say.
you listening before you came in, by the way?
Yeah, of course. I heard
How
all
did
about.
we do?
You did. It was just you guys went on some tangents. I heard about the hookers. You asked questions that you already know the answer to. So, for example,
as?
it was not an orgy, the Fairmont thing. It was really, but they were fucking stupid for not calling the cops because they saw the dead body. But all they could have done is prevented him from killing himself. When you asked him why hookers, bro, this has been known. Every actual escorts, it's all the upper echelon people that do that because they don't want any issues. That's the question. That's
I need someone who has experience in that world.
But no, it's not experience in that world. It's documented. This is all in media and shit. That's why you always like even George Clooney's characters always talks about how.
I don't want to assume what people know.
I'm just saying.
You know?
That's why. And here I'm with you. I said in high school, prostitution should be legalized and it should be taken care of to fight the crime and disease, right? Especially to fight crime, because a lot of these chicks, they get the shit kicked out. Not all of them. I mean, next French cast is going to be on Patreon is going to be with one of the top
Did you ever reach
the
out
top
to that
hookers
psychologist I put you in touch with?
in Montreal.
Top Broads. Isn't that an episode of The Intellectuals?
No, she's coming in on Saturday. We're going to record it, so it'll be on the Patreon next week. One of our fans, one of our friends, is one of Montreal's most well-known escorts.
That's interesting.
Yeah, 2 drink minimum, very big with escorts.
I can definitely see that. Yeah. I just meant were you satisfied with how the show flowed?
It was okay. I heard you guys talk about the Montreal Impact.
Yeah.
I agree that the old logo was better. Now it's just a metallic asshole.
I disagree.
And also Montreal FC is a shitty. It's too simple of a name.
I like it.
You had the impact. You would make an impact in people's assholes.
Yeah.
And then now,
Yeah, but think about that.
yeah.
Take the new logo and add impact to that asshole. It's not a good logo anymore. Impact. Impact.
It's not the worst.
They're putting goals in the holes.
I think it's just because it's so much black and gray, it just became too dark. It might be that bothers me.
I kind of like the aesthetic of it. It does look like a butthole, though.
It does look like a metallic
which is one of the
butthole.
reasons I like it so much.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of things that that I just don't understand, like the arrows and the M's. I mean, you could have gotten a little bit more original than that. Fuck, figure something out. I don't know, whatever.
Yo, what is Charles saying about Hydro-Quebec?
Charles?
Silent, read
Am I
that.
in the wrong version of the chat?
Sorry?
Again?
Read.
Charles? How come nobody sees that Hydro-Quebec is going to be mega rich with electrification of cars so we don't need to work, just like Pacas? I don't know what Pacas are.
Wait, why would we not need to work if they're rich?
Yeah. I don't know what he means by that.
We're going to be on that. You have to remember, guys, if you don't work and you only get stuff from the government, your options for your life are always limited because you're not in control.
Exactly.
You're basically given your rations, like communism. So, yeah, okay, you could live off the teat of the government if they decide, we're just going to automate everything and nobody has to work. But everybody per month has 500 credits, right? And they calculate that you need 500 credits for your rent, your food, this and that. That means that you can never save up to buy that extra thing you wanted. That means that you can never go on the trip, start a business. Small businesses, you starting your own thing, that's a thing of the past if we go that route. You have to sacrifice and work a bit to create something or to get extra. It's a great dream to wake up and say, I don't have to do anything and someone's going to give me stuff. It's the sadness is that that's not reality.
The only way that you
It's
can
like a
make that
trap.
a reality
Yeah.
is by doing the right things now so that 10 years from now, you don't got to do anything else.
Yeah.
That's it.
Work hard. And even if you work hard, there's
Work
no
smart.
guarantee you're going to be
Yeah.
successful. That's
Work
the other
smart.
thing.
All right, let's talk a little bit about some serious stuff here that's been going on, especially around the senior care facilities. There's been an ongoing investigation from the coroner on I think 3 or 4 different senior care facilities that had all these deaths during COVID, just to understand exactly what happened. And so this has been a very bad week for the Legault government because in addition to what's going on with the coroner's investigation and questioning and whatever the work that she's doing, there is a report that was made public by the Protecteur du Citoyen. So this is like an office that protects citizens, for whether it's public or private, whatever the case may be. You pick up a phone and you can complain. They can actually look into it. So obviously, when a tragedy like this occurs, the Protecteur du Citoyen was kind of first to show up and say, okay, we need to investigate this exactly what happened. Now, here's what happened. In the coroner's investigation,
That you're setting me up for she's got a dick.
So in the coroner's investigation, the coroner calls in the former minister of health, who was there when the pandemic started, Danielle McCann, and her sous-ministre. So the sous-ministre is the person in charge of the health department. So in her questioning, she asked them, when did you guys put the wheel in motion to make sure that these senior homes were well equipped for the pandemic? And she says, as early as 2020, we advised all senior care facilities to put in place different protocols and all that stuff.
And then Legault was like, "What? We still have senior? I thought they all die." Busted.
No, this was in early January. Okay, so basically as soon as the pandemic hit. Okay, now the Protecteur du Citoyen, however, in that report, through her investigation and all the different stuff that she went and got from the cabinet meetings and different reports and all that stuff, realized that nothing was even discussed until end of March of 2020. So how could the health minister go there and testify that it was as early as January that they put the wheel in motion, which is obviously wrong.
Suspicious.
Slightly.
Of course, it's very suspicious. So now they're coming out to correct these things and say, well, listen, yeah, nothing was sent. Everything was verbal. So you won't find anything on record. So like it's all this crap that is coming out now. And Legault was under fire this week because we're talking about over 4,000 people that died, quite possibly. And we're not saying that the government caused the deaths. We're just saying that there may have been some irresponsibility on the behalf, on the government's behalf, on issuing whatever orders were necessary for these establishments to take the necessary protocols. And now that has opened up this huge can of worms. First of all, on the fact that the government hasn't been transparent, so we don't know exactly what the hell happened at the beginning of this pandemic. Secondly, you have all the opposition parties that are calling now for a public inquiry on this whole management. The same thing that happened, for example, in France and other countries. So we'll see. I think it's being tabled today in the National Assembly. We'll see if it passes. I don't know if it will because the government has a majority, so they might actually vote against it. But if they do vote against it, then that's even more suspicious. Why are you voting against a public inquiry if you have nothing to hide, right? So they're in trouble with that. But in addition to that, this brings back all the question of how this huge mammoth of a department is ran, right? Because I mean, there's this huge hierarchy and nobody's allowed to do anything even remotely logical unless they get the order from above. And there's an article in La Presse that I was reading from Patrick Lagacé, who gave an example in one of the hospitals where a team of doctors following the situation in Italy decided to take action early on before even the health department gave them the okay to do it, and they got in trouble for it. And all this is coming out in this report, right? And people are like starting to question what the fuck is going on over here and why does it take so long for the communication to happen from the top to the bottom, if ever there was any communication.
We lost him.
He's back.
Oh, he's back.
Yeah, so this is a really, really sad story. First of all, because people died, maybe uselessly, and quite possibly because of a lack of judgment from our own government that didn't take the right measures and the right steps to make sure that they were safe.
Yeah, why do people assume the government is infallible? They're people, and most of them are corrupt assholes.
Yeah.
And some of them very underqualified assholes.
Most are corrupt assholes.
Like imagine having a family member and this happening and you being told, listen, from the very beginning we took all the right precautions, we took all the steps necessary, blah 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 blah, and then you find out that no, it wasn't from the very beginning. You waited until the end of March, you dumbass. 3 fucking months to take action. So now we don't know who says true. I mean, the minister says that no, we told them from January.
I love the way you said that. We don't know who says true. Some says lie.
George.
Wait, George, I gotta cut you off. We got breaking news from Poseidon.
Yes.
Poseidon, what's going on with that Waukesha case?
So
A man, I don't know if you guys talked about this, the Christmas
Yeah, we
parade. Did you see that the media is covering it very differently?
Thanksgiving Day massacre.
Yes. Well, it is a massacre. It's definitely an attack. Some people decided to call it an accident, which it was not. One woman got fired. She was the social media person for this Democrat in Wyoming, I think, and she basically said the guy was probably scared because what's his name, Rittenhouse he won his trial, so the guy was probably scared, so he panicked because he saw those people, so he ran them over, and she promptly and she said that's what people deserve basically because that's the karma. She was promptly fired yesterday when he goes, this is delusional. He goes, I didn't know there's people like that make these lines. It's like, yeah, bro, you haven't been on the fucking internet.
I read CNN's coverage, which was very balanced.
CNN did CNN's the opposite. CNN did the funniest thing because CNN was running last week. The day it happened, they ran an op-ed right before it happened that the most dangerous thing in America is an angry white man, and then this happened. So let's look at CNN's photo usage here.
Okay, so this is him. Mm-hmm. All right, let me put it up for the folks at home. This is him, and this is him on CNN. Well, I want it.
Let's whiten that up a bit. This is hilarious.
Wait, what are you saying?
Looks like me, there.
It's true.
What's the joke here? That they made his skin brighter.
Yeah. They do it a lot, though. There's a lot of 5 foot. They don't do it just for him. They've done it before.
But I mean, he still looks extremely black.
Not from a distance. I'm looking at it on my phone right now. It looks like a photo of me.
Yeah, it does kind of look like you, actually.
I mean, that's a black dude.
with that now that he's been whitified.
Yeah.
But what was I gonna say? But they did the same thing with Joe Rogan. Also, they edited it so his skin, so he looks unwell. So
yeah, you remember that when they made him yellow?
That I remember.
Yeah, they made him yellow because they're like, he's fine. He beat COVID. Did he though? Because he's yellow. Yeah, but we have the original photo.
There's video of the car going through the crowd now.
Yeah, I saw that in the beginning. It's terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't seen the video. Where is it?
It's on CNN.
Well, it's they had it in the beginning. It's fucking atrocious.
Ooh, 40
From the beginning, they showed it. I mean, we don't need to show
Bro,
it.
the last person that they declared that died was an 8-year-old kid, bro.
Jesus.
Oh, finally, yeah, okay. Because the article that I was reading, that we spoke about this morning, was they were all senior citizens. Not that it matters. I mean,
they killed an 8-year-old boy is dead too. Terrible. He was the last one that I guess he was in the hospital with intensive care the other day. I saw that last night. I was like, Jesus fucking Christ. Because the media was freaking out, as they should, about the bail. Because I think they put a $1 million bail.
Yeah, he's out on bond.
And then he's out on bond.
I don't know what that actually means.
No, he can't. If he was out right now, somebody would probably kill him. But he might be. Because the thing is, they said you can't put bail on him. Because if he comes up with the money, let's say.
Like he did last week when he hit his wife?
Yeah, because it was only $1,000.
Baby mama, yeah.
He hit her with his car. He's been using his car as a weapon for a while.
Car.
Yeah, but it's like, wait a second, guys. You can't set bail. Like, why would you set bail for this guy? He just murdered all kinds of people. There should be no bail.
He's clearly a risk.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't understand. I don't know. Guys, I'm speechless. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, it's insane, bro.
The reason for the parade so early is because Santa arrives. Wait, was that a question? Isn't that normal? Santa parades are always.
Black people.
No, not in black people. That's all I heard. So no.
Only the fans heard that.
Only the fans heard that. I hope they heard that. No, because I made the joke and I was serious. I go, why the fuck? Because it was the 20th of December. I was like, what the fuck? November.
Christmas parades on Thanksgiving weekend in the States.
It's absurd.
Like standard.
That's why the guy was angry. Anyways, Poseidon, what are you bringing up?
I'm trying to find the original video because I haven't seen it yet.
No, bro. There's literally. I'm not gonna. It's not even exciting to watch. It's gonna ruin your day.
Watch him be into that type of shit.
No, it ruins your day. He hit a bunch of little girls.
That's crazy.
That were waiting.
He took out like a marching band and a dancing party, whatever.
Yeah, one little girl I read in the report, she was asking the doctor, she was, please glue me back together.
Oh no!
Yeah, bro, it's fucking devastating, bro.
That did not happen. That's not. There's no video of that.
No, not video. They wrote an article. They were talking about.
Okay.
There's no video of that. Why would there be a video in the hospital of her saying that?
I mean, think about the world you live in, and then ask her that question again.
No, there's laws, bro. You can't. It's a little kid. Even if they had a video, you can't show that.
That's true.
Yeah.
What else we got to talk about? I feel
Whoa!
like the
he is out. He's not. This guy's out.
Yeah, apparently. He's out on bail. He gave money. Isn't that what bond means? Tess, what does that mean, out on bond?
To make bond. But hold on a second. Where the fuck did this guy get $1 million?
There's a real question.
Unless he used that in-between shit where he's like, I owe you money. But that's crazy. If this guy... I mean, look, I don't want him to escape, but he better try to escape.
Why?
because he's done. He's in life. He just murdered a bunch of people.
He better try to escape. Oh, you mean
What-
for his sake?
Yeah, what's the point of making bail if you're not going to try to escape a crime that clearly you're going to go to jail for life
Maybe
for?
he's got more targets he needs to take out. I can't. I
But
feel
that's
like,
what I'm saying. He should escape.
I feel like this is gonna somehow become a conversation about video game violence. You feel
What?
that?
Not at all.
Someone's gonna spin that.
Not at all.
Whoever tries to spin that is a fucking clown.
Yeah, this guy has a history. He's a career criminal. He has a history of beating his girlfriend up. He run her over with a
I
car.
read that he was a registered sex offender.
He's a
also.
tier 2. So he raped other rapists also. He raped kids and rapists. Was that or not kids? Or he raped kids. Yeah, minors. Yeah, sex
minors
Whoa.
and
minors and other sex offenders.
It's a crime to rape a rapist.
No, but you're tier 2 if you also rape a rapist. But you have to also rape a rapist.
yeah.
But if you rape a rapist, aren't you committing a public service?
No, because you have to also rape, not just rape a rapist. So
So if you commit rape
he's
and then you
sexually
rape a
assaulted
rapist,
kids.
does it negate your initial rape?
No, it does not negate your initial rape. It puts you into tier 2 territory.
Okay. What's
Yeah.
tier 3?
Tier 3 is very
I'm
fucked up
surprised
shit.
there's no ban all cars talk.
Tier 3 is very, very bad. I think it's murder, rape.
That was
and shit.
funnier in your head.
It wasn't meant to be funny.
Not anymore. It wasn't.
No, but you get it?
What?
I get it.
Ban what?
Ban all cars.
Ban all cars.
There
How
was
come-
movements like that on Twitter.
No way.
Yeah, somebody said he didn't kill anyone. The car killed someone. We have to do something about these
Yeah.
SUVs.
People are stupid.
Yeah, it's the
honestly.
same thing they did say with
Bro.
Yeah.
Bro,
let's
drop
talk
me off on a
little
deserted
about
island, please.
the car didn't do anything, bro. The car, it was him. It's the same argument they use with guns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
not the
guys,
gun's
let's
fault.
talk a little bit about something else. A lot of news coming out now because of last week's press conference that Premier Legault made about him getting involved in returning the Nordiques back to the
Quebec.
NHL.
Quebec.
It's Quebec, yeah. I don't know why the government has to kind of, and this is the debate now. The fact that government is involved in the promotion of sports or whatever is needed is not uncommon, right? I mean, we saw investments to rebuild the Saputo Stadium so that the Montreal Impact can qualify for MLS. We saw all these things that happen in terms of sports, but now this is kind of like an initial effort from the government to bring them back. It's not as if, okay, we're missing XYZ. Let's see if the government can come in and help out. I mean, these are people that are taking the kind of the first steps. Well, not
This
the
is
first steps. I mean,
textbook fucking totalitarian regime stuff. Like,
Total.
think about every European dictatorship in like the mid 20th century.
Yes,
what did
let's
they
think
do?
about that for a
They
second.
built stadiums. Go to the south of Greece, man. All of those stadiums, brand new, built in the 70s, top of the line. That's
You know
all the
why?
junta did.
To distract you.
Yeah. Opium for the masses.
That's what it is.
I mean, look, it's not
That's why I don't
uncommon,
partake.
like I was saying, for
I
governments
partake.
I know you partake.
to fund.
You're like this.
Like it's not uncommon for governments to fund efforts into doing and like we mentioned, okay, and there's also the Jarry Park Tennis Stadium where the government invested massively so that they can maintain it over here, so that we can keep the tournament. Remember the McGill Stadium for the Alouettes. Like there's all these things that the government invested money in order to keep sports. But now Legault government is actually taking these initial steps. I mean, he wants to create a special department within his finance ministry. So the finance minister, Éric Girard, is going to have additional responsibilities of putting a team in place so that we can negotiate with the NHL and with Gary Bettman on the return of the Nordiques. So we're trying to find different partners on financing, and then there's going to be some political maneuvering over there.
Are they going to work on the return of the original Nordiques? Are we going to move the Colorado Avalanche as is to Quebec City? That would be hilarious.
But that's the other question now. Because the original Nordiques moved, they are now the Colorado Avalanche. If ever the NHL opens up a team and they expand and they open up in Quebec City, legally, are they allowed to even use Nordiques? Because that
They did it. They did it with the Winnipeg Jets too.
They just take back the name.
Yeah, because no one's using it, and the NHL still holds rights to it, so they're gonna. And what's Quebec gonna be called? Like Nordiques, Quebec Nordiques. That's a good name. It's a good logo. That'll be fun. Montreal versus Quebec. That'll be a good time. But if they're called, I don't know, the Quebec Bulldogs or whatever, you can be like, ugh, nobody gives a shit. You need the Nordiques back, or else there's no point.
Yeah. No, but I mean, so that's the whole thing. And now the debate has opened now, right? I mean, okay, we have all these other pressing issues. Should the government be focusing its energy on bringing back a hockey team when our hospital systems are fucking destroyed, where we need Our senior care facilities need funding. Daycare, and I actually want to talk to you guys about the daycare services. The people that are on the streets, they want to close down because of their conditions. They're not paid well enough. There's all these things now that are up in the air, and Premier Legault finds the opportunity to announce that his next effort in the next year is going to be to bring back the Nordiques. Obviously, everyone is calling this an electoralist agenda because we have elections next October. So depending on what happens, I don't think anything could happen within a year. Of course, I don't know how these things work. I don't know how the NHL expands and how long these things, these conversations take, and these negotiations. But people are calling him an opportunist. And there you have it, man. So who knows what's going to happen? We're talking about close to $750 million.
He's leaving. Okay.
They're projecting the cost for that team to come back. So,
but my boy, what about the distraction that is the current system here? Our boy Trudeau. Inflation on the rise. Our buying power as Canadians, even though you're working the same, you're getting paid the same, you could afford to buy less stuff.
Yep.
Yeah.
That is a fucking problem. And if you don't think it's a problem, Turkey, their imperial leader Erdogan, he tried to play around with Turkey, and now their lira dropped, I think, 33% in the past 14 days.
Oh shit!
And people are protesting in the streets.
Well, of course, but guys, we spoke about this, and I can't remember which. A while ago, that Turkey's problem is going to happen from within.
Yeah.
The economy is in shambles over there, and the guy's trying desperately to kind of keep himself in power.
Well, he already said a few days ago, I don't know if you saw this, if it came in your circle, but he said when we want to, he goes, we're going to take over Greece. It's going to take us just a couple of hours to get from Turkey to take over Thessaloniki and then take over Athens like 5 hours later. And then Turkish fanatics were tweeting on that. They go, it might take longer because we have to stop to rape these people.
Oh, my.
Yeah, which made me very angry.
Yeah, that makes my
it's
blood
not the
boil
first
too.
time I hear that. I mean, fuck them. But just to go back to Trudeau, and we're going to go back to Europe because the Greek Prime Minister is making some moves in Britain, in the UK.
Yeah, I saw he was swimming at a beach.
I think that's an old picture, though, but whatever. No, but to go back to Trudeau and the inflation and all these big issues that we have here in Canada, yesterday, the new Parliament session began in Ottawa. So it took almost 2 months after the election for him to put his troops in place, call his cabinet, and to get the Parliament working again. So it was a speech from the throne. Now, the speech from the throne happens every time there's a new legislature, and it's the Governor General that, pretty much in her speech outlines what she wants or what she wishes that this mandate focus on. Obviously, there's communications with a PMO there. I mean, she doesn't just come out and say what she wants. But it's funny because in her speech, the priorities were primarily based on the environment and on job creation. Nothing touching the inflation, nothing touching all these other pressing issues that Justin Trudeau campaigned on. So I'm not sure exactly how people are going to vote on the speech of the throne because if people don't, there's a vote now, they're deliberating. And if it fails, the government falls and we go back to election, which I doubt is going to happen. I think the Bloc Québécois came out and said that they're going to vote in favor just so that they can get the parliament working. But it's crazy how I don't want to call them ignorant. It's just, we're living in one reality and it feels like up in Ottawa or in any other parliament they're in a completely different reality, right?
Yes, up in their ivory towers.
I'm happy that your boy Poilievre is back in the finance critic.
Where he belongs.
The speech made absolutely no sense to me. It reflected absolutely none of the urgencies that we need and that they campaign for. So I'm just curious to see how this next session is going to unfold up in Ottawa. I honestly don't know, and I have a feeling that Justin Trudeau is going to play a lot on his image. I have a feeling that this is going to be his last mandate. I don't see him running another campaign. I think he's just going to focus on putting out a couple big bills so that he could, kind of tap himself on the shoulder and say, "Job well done. I can now step out." But yeah, we'll see how this mandate unfolds. But to go back to Europe, what you were talking about, because the Greek Prime Minister is on a mission there in Europe. advocating for the return of the marbles, the Parthenon marbles.
Look, I agree, and I want the marbles to be returned home. I agree with this. However, now is not the time. We got more pressing issues.
There seems to be, though, for the first time ever, massive support across Europe for this to happen.
Yeah.
There was a poll, exactly, but not only across Europe, Phil. There was a poll that was conducted in the UK, and close to 60% of the people are in favor of the returns of the marbles.
I mean, I
back.
consider the UK part of Europe.
Yeah, but they didn't even know. A lot of people weren't even aware that they were stolen. They only found out recently.
It's a hilarious story.
Yeah, a lot of people only found out recently, and they're like, "Oh, bloody hell! Give it back to them Greeks."
Yeah.
Send them home, innit?
Yeah,
Fam. We didn't know.
yeah.
We didn't know, fam.
I had no idea.
My cockney every time.
Elgin gone down there and he stole their marbles.
I hate that they're called the Elgin marbles.
Yeah.
That pisses me off.
I thought it was just a Greek-looking lady. Nice little twat. I didn't realise it was actually from Greece.
Did you call her a twat?
Yeah. I hadn't realised, governor.
I feel like current English, like slang, like the stuff you hear on the web, the stuff that you're thinking of. I
Yeah,
know.
fam, bro.
Fam, in it.
Listen here, fam.
Because I've been watching,
Bunda.
what's that show? Actually, you know what? Fuck this whole train of thought. Yesterday, I discovered a new French slang term in Quebec.
Uh-oh, plot.
No, plot is old. I know plot.
Disgusting.
It is pretty gross. Because it sounds like a sound. Like. Anyways, I
When
went to
you
a hood.
smack it, that's the sound it makes.
I went to a hood barber in Côte d'Ivoire yesterday. I wanted someone to line up my beard. I'm like, I'm going to go to a hood barber.
Why are you calling him a hood barber?
None of them were black, if that's what you're implying.
I was not implying that. I don't know why your head went there. Racism.
It was just like one of those classic neighborhood, like basement barbershops,
Oh,
right?
okay. We all misunderstood. We thought you went to a guy that was wearing a hood, preferably white, and he barbed you.
No, he didn't. Yeah, well,
And he said, "Thank you, brother.
you mean the skinhead barbershop on the corner of,
Thank you, brother."
and they were talking.
Is Hulk Hogan under that hood?
So yeah, so what happened?
So I go to this hood barber. Great experience, by the way. Like, I'll definitely go back. And I'm listening to these guys talking. They're all speaking French to each other, but very like they're all younger, like up like 18 to mid 20s. And they just
Were they
keep
all
saying,
saying-
"Yo, c'est you."
C'est
I was
quoi?
Oh, you didn't know this?
I've
quoi?
never heard this before.
What's the word?
C'est you.
C'est you.
Yeah, it means like ça goûte bien. Like
C'est
Can I just say something? I'm going to say something right now.
It's
This is why we have the Office de langue française.
Yeah.
You fucking idiots are destroying the language.
So at some point, because I've gotten comfortable talking to these guys, we're just talking about whatever. I'm like the oldest guy there. I'm like, you're all fucking idiots, basically.
Somebody pops out, "Aye, we got your marbles, chap."
And I'm like, what the fuck are you guys saying? Why do you keep making that sound? You. Granted, none of these people are black or
It's like
Caribbean.
sheesh.
They're all like,
It's not a black thing, that. I've never heard that before in my life.
it's Creole.
It's a black thing.
Yeah.
Never
So
heard
I
it before in my
asked
life.
them, I go, is
That's how
that
I
French?
learned
They're like, yeah, it's French. I'm like, there's no way it's French.
There's no way it's French.
So we look it up. It's fucking Creole. It's straight
That's a
Creole.
different language.
Well, yeah.
So I'm like, they're like, go ahead, say it. I'm like, I'm not gonna say that. I'm a 35-year-old white guy. In what universe am I going around going, yo, say you?
Imagine like,
it
no,
doesn't make
trust me,
sense.
you can say it. Phil gets confused, like, I can say it. Nice.
So I
Phil was never seen again.
it was just, it was weird. Like slang has become so, it's all Creole now.
But that's a different language.
I mean, Creole is just super slangy French.
No, it's a different language. I mean, yeah, it's based. There's a lot
Quebecois
of French
is a
in
kind
there.
of Creole. It's a Creolized version of French.
No, how?
Creole is just a language that mixes with local elements and takes on other things.
No, Creole.
And changes.
There's a language, Creole.
Now there's a language,
Yeah.
but the Creolification of a language.
Look, you could try to be racist all you want. Creole is an actual language. They speak it in Haiti.
Yes.
I have friends who speak Creole.
Now,
They
yeah,
even speak in Mauritius.
Yeah.
it's a different Creole though. It's a different Creole that they speak in Mauritius, not the same as the Haitian one. They are languages, but when they start, it's because a mother language like French or whatever starts to absorb other elements and it changes. It becomes its own thing. But
Okay.
like, "gu," that's not even a word. That's a sound.
That's a sound. Well, all languages sound.
By the way, funny side note from my hood barbershop experience.
Yes.
I managed to walk into the first hood barbershop I found. Haven't been to a barber since before the pandemic. I just do it myself. And I was like, okay, it's going to be either, like I was looking at these guys. I'm like, oh, they all look like North Africans. Isn't the kid cutting my hair a Greek-born Albanian? Like the only one in all of Côte d'Ivoire. Super happy. Like, oh, Greek people are here. Just excited to see me. Not weird.
Did they try to steal your identity?
No, he was all right. He was a good kid. He gave me a good
Choke.
fucking lineup.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What, does he speak Greek?
He went to Socrates.
No.
The Saturday schools. Like his
Oh.
parents, when they came here, they're like, "You're gonna learn Greek more." 'Cause they
Is he
left.
sad that he's not in Greece?
He goes all the time. He's there every summer. He was telling me.
Oh, yeah.
His girlfriend's Greek. Like he was Albanian, but like loves Greece. Like
Because if you
there.
grew up in Greece, it must be sad to have these winters where it's fucking night at 4:30.
He's been here for a while. But still, I just thought it was a funny coincidence.
I can't take it.
The winters.
Oh my god,
It's
bro!
bad, man.
I
I don't-
fucking walk out of place. It's 5:00. It's midnight.
I'm just trying to figure out at one point my genetics will catch up because like I get really sad when it's cold and dark. My parents more sad. My grandfather's like, "Why I come here? Fuck this place." My daughter seems equally sad. So at what point does the Canadian DNA catch up? Like from being here, like where does that? How does that work in nature?
But why are your daughters sad? I mean, they
She's
don't
like-
know any difference.
Well, because you have
Yeah,
lack
they
of
do.
sun.
The summer.
Yeah, lack of sunlight makes you sad.
She asked me yesterday, "Why can't we live in a place where it's sunny longer and less cold?" I said,
We're
"Well,
like plants.
You ever heard of a man named Superman? He too requires the sun for energy.
Yes.
one day they will join you in the sun, Kal-El." Yeah. Speaking
name.
of Russell Crowe, he got really fat. 'Cause he's
Yeah,
the one who
Russell
delivers
Crowe's
that
very
line.
fat. Yeah.
He's fucking huge. I heard
he
they're
doing it
remaking
for
it. They're doing a
football?
sequel to Gladiator.
You know who else is fat? Nasri, the soccer player. He went back. You know who Nasri is? You don't watch soccer.
Manchester United, no?
Yeah, well, you I think he used to play for Man U, but go look at videos of him playing soccer now. It's hilarious.
They all get fat, man. Look at Ronaldo,
No, but Ronaldo had stopped playing.
the original Ronaldo, like the Brazilian.
Yeah,
Ronaldo.
he came back fat when he had stopped playing, I think. But this guy's fucking.
No.
This guy's hilarious, bro.
No.
It looks like they just called your uncle in for a game.
No, but guys, think about it, man. You spend your entire life training every single day. I don't know how many hours.
Yeah, and then
these
you
guys-
continue eating the same way with no training.
Exactly.
Yeah. Story of my life.
Good point. Which part? The
Mine
eating
too.
every day or the train? George, I watched George and his Just Us dads like work out.
What?
It was a humbling experience. To watching 3 40-year-old overweight men work out.
Sounds gay.
It was a little gay, but that's the job, man. It's the job.
Why is everything gay?
Well, what were they? What do you mean? They were, the way you said it, you're 3 middle-aged men just working each other out.
No, I didn't say
Is that-
working each other out. Jesus. No, with Nicole Fit.
Okay. Oh, okay. So he was training them.
I thought someone was going to have a heart attack.
Okay.
I've never seen a man that heavy move the way Chris does.
Holy shit!
Like a
wasn't that
spider
impressive?
monkey.
But he didn't used to be big.
He was always big. Chris was always a big boy.
But not now.
No, not big as a
Oh,
house.
no.
But yeah.
Look, here's the thing about Chris. Chris was always a rounder guy, a little bigger guy, but
Rotund.
he was always strong and athletic. So
Yeah.
this guy can do stuff that other like skinnier people could not do.
Agreed.
Like, he was
Like
always the
down a
fastest
hoagie.
runner.
Oh,
He was the heaviest hitter. You know what I mean? It was like just
Well,
things that
that makes
don't
sense.
match the way you look, kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And
What were you really
Nick
good
had us
at?
doing-
I was one of those fat guys too.
Nick had us doing spider crawls, and I
Speed out of nowhere.
I saw
How's that fat guy
Chris
running?
moving, and I'm like, how the fuck are you doing them so quickly?
it was like
dude?
watching a little robot. You know those robot dogs that fall over and they get back up?
Oh,
That's what
yeah.
it looked like. It was
I miss
fucking
those.
weird.
Remember those toys? Such a simpler time.
No.
The little robot
No,
dog.
I mean the AI dogs, the security dogs.
Or
No, I
the
don't mean that.
dinosaur?
Those ones that they're kicking and shooting at on the internet. Have you seen
Oh
those?
God, no.
Yeah.
Oh wait, the ones that they beat up.
Yeah.
Boston Dynamics, the lab there. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those.
That's fucked up.
Oh, what about the robot dinosaur?
You mean Jurassic Park?
What are you talking
No,
about?
there was that.
CGI.
No.
The robot dinosaur.
I hope he's talking about Barney.
There's a documentary coming out about Barney. I saw some
Did he
trailer.
molest kids?
I don't know about that.
Okay. I'm not saying he should have. I'm just wondering what happened.
Well,
Ah,
Who
yes.
was Barney?
He did.
Roboraptor. I remember this as a kid.
Roboraptor.
Yeah.
Are you just thinking of Beast
Roboraptor.
Wars? Are you confused?
But you were a kid 4 days ago, bro.
Oh wait, I kind of vaguely remember.
Oh, I don't
this.
know what
Yeah.
that is, but it looks cool.
Yeah, I was a little.
I had
yeah.
this as a kid.
You had
Really?
that?
Yeah.
I was an adult when this came out.
He was a kid. I
Yeah,
told
I
you
was
8 days
like-
ago.
Yeah, 8 days
child.
ago.
Whoa, look at that, bro.
I think it was in the 90s. I got
Would
it.
you still play with toys right now if you had them? I don't think I would.
Is that a hypothetical, or you've been asking my wife things?
Oh,
I think I would take.
I have a whole shelf full of toys in my
but you're not
office.
playing with them.
Sometimes I play with them.
Because I think, I don't know if I still have, I still have imagination enough to create the stuff we create, to write jokes, do the podcast, create shows. I have imagination for that, the tour, all that shit. I don't know if I have the imagination to play with toys.
I do with my kids.
I would-
so-
That's different.
I think I
But I
would-
mean, personally, because you need
but
a
their
different
scenarios suck, so I take care of all that stuff.
you need a different
I do
type
the
of
world-
imagination.
Like yesterday, Leia got a bunch of pipe cleaners, and she made a police hat and like little handcuffs. She goes, "I want to play cops and robbers."
That's
So I arrested her and I put her in her pretend jail. And then I was just pacing around going, "It's my last day before retirement. She better not," like I got into it. My wife's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" And then she escaped. I'm like,
Why is my
"God
daughter
damn,
wearing
I'm getting
blackface
too old
still?
from this shit."
What are you doing?
Whoa! I said pipe cleaners, not chimney sweeps.
Yeah, I don't know if I have the imagination. I wonder if
I
I.
do.
I think I'd start playing for like a minute,
Yeah, and then you
Because of nostalgia?
yeah, but then your mind goes.
but then
to
I'd
other
be like,
shit.
this is unacceptable.
yeah.
Like, what are you talking about? You're talking about like Legos kind of thing? Sit
No,
down
no,
and
no,
go,
no,
It means
because
like create a little situation with action figures.
yeah, because Legos you could be an adult because Legos your imagination is like a puzzle. It's
Yeah.
being taken away
Yeah.
by the actual task to build something because you have a goal.
Yeah,
But to
well, yeah,
actually
forget about
take
that.
action
I'm talking about
figures
you build-
and create a mental world, I don't think you could do that anymore. You got so much shit in your mind. I don't think you could do it.
Yeah, I used to do that. I used to love that shit as a kid.
Yeah.
Olga just declared that she likes playing with kids. It's fun. Gulak.
Well, she's
All
a
right.
woman.
Well, look, that's
Olga.
unacceptable.
Olga.
It's a turn.
But
Took a dark-
what was I gonna say? Like I remember my favorite toys as a kid was action figures, like DC, Marvel, all that shit.
Yeah, I used to love Spider-Man toys that you would fire the webs.
Yeah, that the toy soldiers, and
little green men?
Hot Wheels. Yeah, the little green man, and
Oh,
some
yeah, those are fun.
and each would be in their own world, and fight. But sometimes I have like cross.
Did you have like a favorite?
cross the
Yeah,
streams.
Of course, you cross the streams.
Did you ever set them on fire?
no
What?
Me neither.
Jesus
Did you have a favorite action figure? Like, if you think back to your childhood, is there one that stands above all the rest?
I always loved Spider-Man.
Okay.
At one time I had remember that store Consumers Distributors.
Of course, yes.
I had got the best Spider-Man toy there because
Which
it
one?
was fully
Articulatable.
articulatable and I think it had webs too.
I used
Like
to
you
always
could-
make him do the Spider-Man pose with the legs up.
Yeah, you could do so much. It was
Yeah.
fully. I believe I
the
loved
legs,
that.
the legs
toy,
were
yeah.
what? They were up. They were like
No, they were like, that
Oh,
position
okay.
he always
Oh, that
sits
kind
in,
of up.
the
Oh,
triangle.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
I thought- I
the
thought you
knees
meant-
are up.
When I
no,
was-
no, not like he's getting railed.
Yeah. When I was young,
Spawn.
it was Ninja Turtles was the first action figures that I got into.
Yeah, me too. I mean,
That
I
was the
had-
biggest thing.
my favorite was Batman.
Guys, I had
Oh,
so many.
I love Transformers.
I never got into
Transformers was
toys.
dope.
I
The
had
Beast
a few,
Wars.
but I wasn't into it.
I got into Beast Wars.
Oh, Beast Wars, yes.
Oh, so much fun. I remember going to Zellers.
I had a lot of
Ninja
fucking
Transformers. We had
Zellers.
those the little green soldiers, and I had a lot of GI Joe action figures.
Yeah, but you're older too. I didn't have.
I mean,
many
yes,
toys.
G.I. Joe had died by the time you were born. What the fuck are you
I
talking
had
about?
a lot of Star Wars
No.
action figures that I went and I found. They were hard to buy then because it was between the prequels and the originals, like those years. But my aunt had let me watch Star Wars. Like, she showed me Star Wars, and I was like, oh my god. And I had these little tiny lightsabers that would make them fight and shit. But my Spawn toy was the best.
Okay, guys, I saw something this morning when I woke up. I told you I just popped up open, and I couldn't sleep at 7. I saw an article of a case that I had never heard of. Poseidon, how do you feel about UFOs?
I'm here. I'm listening.
I'm
What's up?
pretty. I don't know. Actually, no one's ever asked me that.
Okay, how do you feel about it, Mr. George?
I don't know, man. I didn't believe in any of that stuff. Although I
that's
do
what you
think that there has to be some sort of life in some sort of form elsewhere. I mean, we can't be the only ones out there that are
Okay,
that are
long
alive.
answer, George.
But
Yeah,
there's
very
huge-
verbose, George. You're very verbose. What do you think about the government documents that have recently been declassified by the
That's what I
CIA?
was going to talk about. There's a lot of stuff surfacing now that are making you kind of say, huh?
Yeah, what if I tell you there was something fucking retarded that surfaced in 2009
Tell me. Show me. Which
in
one?
Russia, declassified, that just went, it's everywhere, but it just went under the radar here.
Pun intended.
So, yeah.
yeah.
Did the Soviets? Because
Soviets.
during the Soviet era, they would classify everything, and then as the Berlin Wall fell,
Well, the Iron Curtain is
the
what you
Iron
wanted to
Curtain,
say. Yeah.
as the Iron Curtain went down, they started declassifying shit.
Yeah.
And this just got swept under the rug.
Hit me.
Okay. So okay. So great catch by Phil Ewing at the Navy Times. So the Russian Navy but this was in 2009.
It's a UFO story or a USO story?
Declassified records of the Cold War and Cold War UFO sightings.
Okay.
So it turns out that 50% of UFO encounters are connected with oceans.
USOs.
15% or more with lakes. So UFOs tend to stick to water is what one of these Ruskies Explain.
This is not news so far. I know these things.
Oh, you wait. Guys, you think I'd bring this up if I didn't have anything exciting to tell you?
Is it about
Stay with me.
Titicaca?
Hold my hand, baby girls. On several occasions, the instruments gave readings of material objects moving at incredible speeds underwater. How far underwater? About 400, what is it, meters or whatever. Oh, yeah, the speed they were going at was 400 kilometers an hour underwater. Very difficult.
fast.
We can't do that. You can't even do that easily on the ground. Anyways, but water resistance is much higher. Physics, all that, they're all...
Physics.
Yeah. All joking aside, he goes, because they were going too fast. It might have been an American ship. Somebody made fun of him because he goes, that's why you guys don't have that technology.
Okay.
You get it? Okay.
I get it.
Oh, my friend, it's about to get...
Where's the payoff here?
Oh, you're going to see the payoff. Da, 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 da. So, the Battle of Lake, what the fuck's it called?
Titicaca.
Baikal.
Let me see how it's spelled.
Baikal. One of the largest and
Baikal.
deepest natural saltwater lakes
saltwater
on
lake.
the planet, apparently.
Okay. Lake Baikal. I'm gonna look into it.
Yes, my friend. So listen to this. It's the world's deepest lake, actually.
Baikal.
Yeah. So they're down there. They're at the depth of 160 feet with scuba gear. They're gathering information. Okay? A couple humanoid creatures dressed in silver suits, skin-tight silver suits with weird fucking things, but no oxygen tanks, are watching them. So the Ruskies look at each other, they're like, what the fuck? They get a little
Blitz.
startled. And then they get the brilliant idea,
Get the fuck out of there.
no, let's capture one of these motherfuckers.
Okay, seems Russian. Go on.
Yeah, not a smart move, because then the humanoids panic. They fucking throw the equivalent of a goddamn grenade or whatever, smashes these guys up, pushes them back to the surface so fast that apparently if you come back too fast, it fucks you up.
Get the bends.
3 of them died.
Interesting.
3 of them died. Yeah.
So how do we know how many were down there?
7.
Oh, okay, there's plenty who survived.
Yeah,
still.
Lake Baikal is 5,000 feet deep.
And the guys that are still alive,
Called in traditional historical languages in the area, the small sea.
yeah, the guys that are still alive are so traumatized, they don't even talk to the Russian government about it. They don't
What
want to talk
year
about it at all.
was
They're
this?
scared. During the Cold War.
It's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
How did they get 5,000 feet deep though? That's the other.
They didn't get 5. I didn't say
No,
5.
they got
160.
160 feet deep.
Yeah.
Oh,
The lake is
that's
5,000 feet deep. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, they didn't have any special technology. The
when
Ruskies.
did this happen?
They went
During the
down in
Cold
like
War.
a fucking
I don't
diving bell.
know what year.
The deepest that a human being has ever reached on a single breath, so not even with gear, is 702 feet. So this is not crazy. That's
Yeah, this is not crazy at all. Yeah.
702 feet on a
Yeah,
single
they're being
breath.
watched, bro, by fucking aliens. And the other encounter that they were talking about in that same area, they thought they were going to get hit because it was 6, what they thought was probably subs or ships were coming at them at incredible speeds. So they surfaced up the submarine in emergency. They go so we don't collide.
Ooh, there's a video.
And then the no, there's no video of this. And then
no.
the-
Yeah, no.
And then a bunch of ships came out of the water in front of them and flew off. And the guy in charge of the ship, the commander, whatever, thought that he should quit his job. Like he's like, yeah, I think I'm seeing
done
things.
here.
No, we saw that. We all saw that, and they didn't know what to do with it.
Well, there's a video on YouTube. It's called "Did the Soviet Union discover aliens in the deepest lake in the world?"
Oh yeah, freshwater or saltwater, wherever the fuck it is.
It's just the deepest lake. In
It's
the
the
world.
deepest lake in the world. Freshwater, saltwater. That's not why the aliens are there. It's just crazy. How fucked up is that, G?
That's look, guys.
I love these types of stories. They're just like interesting.
But this comes from a government. Just like the CIA ones about the Tic Tac UFO and all that came out 2 years ago. It's fucking creepy.
I don't know, man. I read yesterday that in Alpha Centauri, based on the radio frequency, the bounce back, you know how they figure out if worlds have water and stuff?
Bullshit, go on.
What do you mean?
Bullshit.
Which part?
All that.
Which part?
They're going to figure out foreign worlds have water by bouncing stuff back.
Yeah, that doesn't make too much sense.
What?
My dad.
Yeah, your dad is calling to tell you stop telling people
I'm
bullshit.
live.
Milos Malakias.
Normally my mom calls, forgets I'm live. My dad never does, so I was like, what's going on?
Go on.
What was I saying?
Something about Alpha Centauri. Also
Oh, they-
fake. Fucking Star Trek shit. Go on.
Alpha Centauri is not fake. It's a constellation.
Okay, yeah, I bet it is.
Okay. I'm not going to forget it.
I'm not saying. We're
You
just,
completely
we're
ruined
just
my
busting
flow.
your
I'm
balls.
done.
Go,
I'm
go, go, go.
done. They said,
Go.
anyways, they found a planet circulating a sun at a star.
Yeah.
Same size as our star. Same size planet as ours. And the information they're getting back says it has land masses and water, probably. So another Earth.
Another
They're
Earth.
going to focus their beams or whatever.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah, when can we get there?
Not just that. This, you know what bugs me, George, about all this? It's not even the encounters. It's what are they doing here? are they from here or from somewhere else? Like, why come here and just chill underwater?
It's a good
Like, I
question.
have so many fucking questions.
Maybe they're originally from here.
Maybe they are, yeah.
Remember where, like, at some point...
I don't know if they're originally from here. All I know is that we're 100% not from here. 100% we're not from here.
Shit's wild, bro.
Yeah, 100% we're not from Earth. Humans.
In what sense? Like we arrived as fully complete humans here, or that the materials that make us came from somewhere else? Which part?
Here's my theory.
Like, are we gonna get philosophical? Or?
No, it's more of, like I already told you, we're the only animal that's not comfortable in its own skin.
Yeah, we're the odd
In
man
order
out.
to survive the climate here, we have to kill other animals to have their clothes, their skin, clean the streets. But there's all kinds of shit. We're just never comfortable. It's either too hot, it's too cold. We're never fucking comfortable. Like, we're not from here. We also, but then again, we do have a lot of genetic markers with a lot of plants, pigs, and a lot of other life here. So that could either mean two things. One, that we are from here because we're genetically tied to everything, or that we were genetically modified apisoids. They came here, the aliens. They took us some of that monkey DNA,
And
some
of
other
the
stuff,
some
And they
pigs.
split
some of their
shots,
stuff,
they
some
split
of their
shots
stuff,
right
and they
in.
said humanoids.
Interesting.
Think about
I
it.
give you people.
I'll give you peppers.
I mean, it's possible. Anything's possible.
Anything's
That's why it's
possible.
fun to talk
Oh,
about.
yeah, I'm not
because
saying
who
it really
fucking
is.
knows?
Fuck, people are gonna start a religion. No, I'm just saying.
They have.
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
No, that's a different one.
Well, it's look, Alpha Centauri is 4.27 light years away.
4.27.
So if
No, there's no such thing as a light year around you. They're all heavy.
Hey, I think I'm having a light year.
no, so in order for us to get there fast, we'd have to first be able to travel at the speed of light, and then it would take us 4.27 years to get there.
Okay, I gotta say something about that, George. If we were to travel at the speed of light, wouldn't that kill us?
Depends what you're using.
Why are you asking George? Is he the expert?
Yeah. I don't know.
We
I
would
would
lose
look
our
at
mass if we traveled at the speed of light, according to
No,
physics.
it depends. It depends what you build, right? You have to build something with the capacities for that. Like, I'll give you an
I
example.
don't
Let's say-
have the capacities for that, big man.
Like, let's say a car that can go 300 kilometers an hour, right?
Yeah.
If
Yeah, but once you approach the speed of light, the fucking laws of physics change.
hold on. Yes, of course. That's why you build something.
You're gonna be
that-
like this. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's say if you like if you can run at 300 kilometers an hour, your face is gonna melt. Or if we speed you up,
That was the rumor. I never ran that fast.
no. But like if we speed you up, and you know,
What
and
are you saying
you're just
now?
you're
What are
just
you trying
naked
to
at 300
say?
kilometers an hour, like you're gonna fucking get bamboozled. All
I
right.
get melted.
Yeah, you're gonna get melted, bamboozled, razzled,
Why are
dazzled,
you- oh, God.
all together.
He's so stupid.
I know,
But
but
because
he doesn't know he's stupid, which
But
is
when
great.
you're in a
Is
car,
Or is it worse?
but when you're in a car, you're protected by the elements of the, you know.
By the element.
No, you're
It's the
protected
elements
from
I'm
From
saying.
the element.
You're
I am
protected.
protected by the gods.
No, you're protected from the elements.
I am protected by Ares, the great god of
by,
war,
you know,
who wants me to strive.
The metal, the
The
glass.
ghost of Sparta runs through here. I don't even know what's.
Bamboozled, is that a scientific term?
Yeah, it is.
Yes, it is. And
Look it
razzle
up,
dazzle.
bro.
Yo,
And
but
that
it's
one-
alien
Dazzle,
shit.
dazzle, that's
George,
real.
what I'm saying is right now, we ain't talking about these fucking silver suit aliens. We ain't talking about no Ghislaine Maxwell. We ain't talking about the lawsuits Pfizer had to pay
Hey,
out.
fuck with that shit.
Yeah.
You're
we
laughing
we
because
ain't
the
we
way
ain't
he said it.
No, but we ain't talking about how Pfizer and Moderna are hiding the trial data on how they got approved for the next 58 years. We ain't talking about none of that
We're
shit.
just talking about the aliens.
Yeah, we ain't even talking about aliens. Not talking about aliens. We ain't even talking about none of that shit. What we're talking about is Kyle Rittenhouse.
Do you ever think about that?
We're talking about Stephen Colbert. We talk about goddamn nonsense in the news these
Stephen
days.
Colbert.
Yeah, he was in the news. He was trending last night.
For what?
For
I
what?
don't know. He jerked some dude off. Who the fuck knows what Stephen Colbert does?
I mean, he's
But
finally
yeah,
out,
sounds
that's
like him.
good.
yeah. Point is, we need to talk about some real shit. Ghislaine Maxwell and the aliens somehow
Connected?
connected. That's a goddamn conspiracy I can get behind.
I could definitely see weird pedophiles on an airplane wearing tight silver suits.
How funny would it be if that's all it is? It's just a bunch of kids in suits trying to escape one of their sex camps.
She's trying to get away from the island.
Yeah. Oh, they might have a fucking.
Island in the world's deepest lake? Like an
Nah, it's too
underwater
cold.
penis-shaped...
It has to be penis
It
shaped.
has to be penis-shaped. I can't believe Bezos made the fucking Austin Powers spaceship. It's hilarious.
Oh, I saw a TikTok.
Okay, go on.
I don't know if I could find it.
Did you like it?
You know the TikTok?
Yeah. Go on your liked videos.
He means, did you click
Oh,
like? Yeah.
okay. Because I was like, is that a philosophical thing? Did you like it, chum?
Is he
How'd you
waxing
make it
poetic?
feel?
on the inside.
It's one of like
I love the pause you took and the look on your face
did I
was
like it?
priceless.
He actually didn't understand what you meant.
Yeah, it
That was
looked
the
like you
thing.
questioned all of reality. Like, did
No, I was just trying to figure out what you
Is
said.
life.
What is life? It's one of these fucking Disney, or I've seen this kid before. Fuck, I don't think I liked it. It just came out-
That's why the Island Boys. I'm an island boy.
It was one of those, those Disney guys that now they have podcasts. They hang out with like Logan Paul or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he has big hair. Everybody knows him. He's like a super, super famous kid. He's millions of followers. Anyways, on his podcast, he's like, I didn't think I was gonna say this. He goes, it's been years, but like I know the girl's gonna know who I'm talking about. She goes, but I wanted to come out now because of something that happened recently. So he goes, one of these girls that he was friends with, she met a guy in Hollywood who told her, this is right up Poseidon's alley. Who told her, I could make you whatever you want. You could be. He didn't even ask her if she's talented. He goes, you want to sing? You want to be a singer? You want to be an actress? We can make shit work. And she had told this guy, the Disney guy. He's like, okay, whatever. He didn't care. You know, he thought it was just a guy trying to get laid. And then he went over.
TikTok.
Saw this on
It's not a TikTok. Someone took a clip from a podcast, put it on TikTok. Fuck, man, 97-year-old George. So so then he goes, I went to her apartment one day. He goes, and I go to open the door. And I saw a guy there in full suit, like this guy, like he was dressed nice in a suit, and she suit, nice, and she goes to him, her friend, she goes, get out of here, I'm busy, get the fuck out of here. So she's like, okay, whatever, that was weird, leaves. Then she went to him like a day or two later, fucking bawling her goddamn eyes out. He's like, what happened? And she goes, look, the guy came to talk to me, says he could do whatever, but he legitimately told me that I can't say to anyone whatever, that I could become whatever I want, but I would have to sacrifice a person in my life, like actually sacrifice a person in my life. And then he's like, yeah, I think he's fucking with this weird. She goes, no, and I explained it to my mom, she goes. And my mom says she's willing to get sacrificed if it's going to give me like a crazy career or whatever. What? And he was saying this and he goes, yeah, it's fucked up. He goes like, people, what they're willing to do. I was like, whoa, that's not what we should be focused on. We should be focused on the fact that someone's selling careers.
Based on human sacrifice.
Yeah, bro, isn't that fucking crazy? Whether it's true or not, whether he will, or he just makes you kill.
Someone's asking. Was it Amanda Bynes?
He didn't say who it was.
Oh, he didn't say who it was.
He didn't say who it was. But the kid, I don't know what the fuck his name is. He's one of these known fucking stupid YouTubers, Disney. You know him. He's got big black hair.
Peck?
What?
Josh Peck.
No, I never heard that name. I would know that.
What was the podcast?
I don't fucking know. It was a clip on TikTok.
Yeah, that's all the time we had today.
Yeah.
George had
I'm just
more
saying,
stories, but he
isn't
didn't
that
get
pretty
them.
cool?
I don't know if
Cool.
it's cool.
That's not cool.
I don't mean it's good to do, you fucking assholes. I'm just
an
saying,
interesting story.
it's an interesting conspiracy you could get into and fucking spend your day.
So what you're
I'm
saying
done-
is
I'm done with those
She
conspiracies,
signed
bro.
up to some kind of weird cult where they bamboozle
I
her
don't
and
know
they
if
razzle
I don't know if she.
dazzle her.
Hey, he never continued. I don't know if she signed up or not. This could be a girl who never made it because she's like, I don't want to kill my mom, or it could be a girl that we all know who are like, that girl's not talented and her mom's dead. We don't fucking know, bro. I'm just saying
Reese
that's what he
Well,
explained.
Amanda Bynes' mom is still alive.
It's well,
And
I
Amanda
don't,
Bynes looks like a crackhead.
I don't know who Amanda Bynes is, but
Yeah, you do if you see her face.
but it was a
She
man.
was hot
talking.
in the early 2000s. Then she started the wrong kind of drugs.
Jorge says the Illuminati sacrificing people to Baphomet. He might be right. Bro.
horn
I don't
god.
know this shit.
Yeah, I went into a rabbit hole a while ago into all this shit, bro. I don't feel like
I don't
diving-
touch that shit.
I don't want to
fuck
dive
with
back
it.
into
I
that.
don't
shit.
fuck
All
with
right.
that
That's
shit at all.
Listen, guys, if you enjoyed this morning's news, it was brought to you by a man named George Chiggity Chandrizos. The man lives in the South Shore. He's not a big fan of them whores, but he's a father. Father of the year, many would say. Others would say father of the decade. The only way you can find out and judge for yourself is if you watch his hit podcast, Just Us Dads, a podcast for dads, by dads, also shows dads exercising. They're coming out with a new regime for exercise with notable self-defense expert, Nick the gunman Drosos. Now, Nick Drosos also famous for putting up photos without context that just shows him assaulting random women. That's a story for another day. These videos will be produced. They were already directed by Phil. Biggity Balabanos. And if you also enjoy Phil, well, his stuff is in the description as well. He could make a sexy commercial for you, or a sketch, or a film, perhaps. If you're some kind of producer and you need your film made, he is an award-winning director. He has had his films in many a film festival. One of them at the Cannes Film Festival. That's right, where all those hookers appear yearly to service Hollywood's elites.
That second half is for sure.
Except they do it, they paid. It's on purpose. They're not being sacrificed.
Yeah.
Our other man over here, the man
Aren't
with the
they?
alien conspiracies. Poseidon. Poseidon possibly is an alien. That sound he just made, it's a mating call for aliens. So Poseidon can be found online as the Poseidon69 on both Twitter and on Instagram. He's also available on the TikTok. I don't know what his name is there, but I'm gonna assume it's the Poseidon69. He's on twitch.tv/the Poseidon69, where he plays with children. Video games. He's playing video games against children. It's mostly children that are online in these games that he's playing. It did sound worse than it is. Call the police. Links are in the description. Thank you guys for watching. Join the Patreon. Patreon.com/Pantelis. In Bed with Poseidon is out weekly. 2 Drink Minimum is out weekly. The Intellectual is out weekly. We got all kinds of shows for you. Go fuck yourselves. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh.